Hi, my name's Paul Grogan and welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Perseverance Episode 3. So a warm welcome today to JP.
Hello.
And Curly.
Hi.
We're going to be doing a 3-player game of this today. And this is a game which is going live on GameFound on Tuesday, which is the day that this video is going to go live. So if you are one of my patron supporters, you might have a sneaky access to an early access version of this video, but otherwise it's going live on the day that it launches. We're going to be doing a tutorial and playthrough today. It's going to be a full playthrough of the game. We are going to be teaching you how the game plays, although we're not going to be covering, well, I was going to say we're not going to be covering all of the rules of Perseverance. We're just going to be covering what's different. But there's a lot that's different. So if you haven't played episodes 1 or episodes 2, I think you are still going to get a lot out of this video. I don't think you need to have watched the other ones before you watch this one. This is a sponsored video, so a huge thank you to Mindclash Games for asking me to create this video. Because it's sponsored, you're not going to get an opinion from us. We are not here to tell you whether you should go out and buy this game or not. We're here to just show you how the game plays to help you make a decision to see if it is the kind of game that you would like. Now, saying that, I think all of us have gone on record and said that we all very much enjoy Perseverance as a game.
Yeah.
But we're not going to give any opinions on episode 3. This might be awful. We don't know. Well, I don't know. You two have already played it.
We can't say.
No. But hopefully this video will help you make a decision about whether it's the kind of game you want to back. And what's interesting, and we were discussing this beforehand, I'm curious to see how many people back episodes 3 and 4 but decide not to get 1 and 2. Because you were saying, why would you? And I think, well, if somebody watched 1 and 2 and went, oh, that doesn't look like my kind of game, but this does, then you could just, you don't need to have played them in order.
No.
The reason why they are episodes is that they are connected together via a storyline, but this is not a narrative-driven story game whatsoever. They are all separate, standalone games. But for those people new to the Perseverance universe, Episode 1, big luxury cruise liner, crashed on an island. Oh, it turns out there's dinosaurs here. We're being attacked. Let's build a wall so that we don't get attacked all the time.
Yeah.
3 months later, Episode 2, the wall has been built. We're all okay. We've got enough food. Let's now start exploring out into the wilderness and let's start building outposts. And oh, look at that. What's that? That's a temple. Ooh, mysterious temple. And then Episode 3 is set how long after episode 2?
I'm not sure if it's clarified or not, but
okay, sometime
after. Yeah.
Sometime afterwards. And do you want to just give us the story behind episode 3?
The thematics of episode 3 is that we recently discovered this the temple that's kind of in the middle of the board.
The temple is now in the middle of the board,
which you'll recognise if you've played episode 2, because it's the same temple that was at the back of the map, or the hexagon map that we had, and the settlers of the island have now learnt the rich secrets of the dinosaurs and how to essentially tame those dinosaurs.
Right.
To where before we become very heavy hitting, sending soldiers out.
It was all fighting.
Fight, get to the temple. We've now learned that we don't really need to be,
right.
Kind of doing horrible things to dinosaurs, and we should absolutely kind of capture and tame them. So we've learned those secrets. And that's kind of what this temple's kind of been about. So now we no longer have soldiers, we have rangers. Okay, and we have a fully developed city now. We do.
In the bottom half of the board.
Very functional.
And the wall is functional, which means we're not going to get randomly attacked or anything like that.
No.
But we're going to be basically exploring the lands from beyond the temple.
Correct.
Which is the jungle.
Swamp.
Swamp, then the jungle, and then into the hills.
Yeah, and then the astute watchers will realise that actually there's some new dinosaurs.
We've got some new dinosaurs. So we've still got the raptors, which were from episode 1 and 2.
Yeah.
We also have the shield heads that were from episode 2. We also now have thunderhorns, which are new for episode 3.
Yeah.
And iron jaws.
Iron jaws.
Totally not T-Rexes.
No. They do look a little different. They look a lot more scary, to be fair. But
so we got four types of dinosaurs with this. Victor is saying it's roughly 3 years between the end of episode 2 and episode 3.
Thank you, Victor.
So we're actually recording this on Sunday the 5th of November. We are live streaming it to my patron supporters and to Victor from Mindclash Games. So thank you very much for being there. If we occasionally look across over here, it means we're checking the chat, because these people will keep us honest and make sure that we don't get anything wrong during the play. If you are watching this live and you do see that we make a rules mistake, please let us know. Like me having a settlement when I shouldn't have a settlement.
Yeah. We're keeping an eye on you, Paul.
Right. Now, the rules of this game are correct at the time of filming this video, but I remember when I did this exact thing for episodes 1 and 2, the rules changed between now and when the game came out. So when this game actually does come out, the rules might be slightly different from what they are now. This is a physical prototype. This is a prototype copy of the game. It's a very good prototype copy of the game. But you know what these designers are like? Something might change. I mean, I'm looking at this, and from what you've said, the game is finished. But just the caveat, the game is not going to be actually out for another, I don't know, 9 months or a year or something like that. And when it does come out, a couple of things might change. We will see. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a very quick overview, high level, of how the game plays, and then we'll dive into more of the details as we go along. So I spent a little bit of time last night refreshing myself on the core rules of Perseverance, only to find that you said they've completely changed.
Yeah, sort of, a little bit.
So in episodes 1 and 2, what you had is that you had, the game was divided into 3 assemblies.
Correct.
You had a dice pool, and on everybody's turn, you would take a dice from the pool, and whenever the dice pool runs out, you would have an assembly, you would do that 3 times, and then the game would end.
Yeah.
Not in this game.
No, we changed it up a bit.
What are we doing now then?
So now
We still have a dice pool.
we definitely do have a dice pool.
Yep.
We've all got 2 of our
Two of our own
coloured
dice,
in there.
and in a 3-player game,
It's 4.
4, not 8.
Pretty sure it's 4.
Yeah, you said 4, and I put 8 in.
That's all right. We
That's
corrected
all right,
it before any mistakes are made. So it's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have this is our dice pool.
And do we roll them at the start of the game? Should we do that now?
Let's do it.
Do we do this before choosing our...
I believe we do.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to roll these dice. This is going to form our dice pool. And what we're going to do is we're going to group them together
Yeah, by the symbols.
by the symbols. So we've got 3 backpack, and these are exactly the same dice that were used in episodes 1 and 2. But you don't need to own episode 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are a standalone product. So yeah, you don't need to have bought the others beforehand.
Yeah, and the main difference here is that, as you said, we had the 3 assemblies kind of cycle in the round structure. Now we actually only have 8 rounds in the game.
So there's 8 rounds in the game, which is tracked at the top of our player board. So each of our player boards has these 8 spots. And does this marker move?
Yeah, the end of your turn, it moves to the next slot.
So there are a fixed number of rounds in this game instead of 3 assemblies.
I know what you're thinking. How am I going to get everything done in 8 turns?
Well, not only that, but obviously the whole process for assemblies is different. There's still are assemblies, but they trigger at different times.
So let's talk about that.
But I'm also looking and I'm thinking, well, we've got, how many dice have we got here? We've got 10 dice.
Yeah.
But there's 24 turns that we're going to have. So something's going to happen which will cause these dice to run out.
Yeah, well, partially.
Okay.
And then get injected back in. So let's talk about the assembly process, because that, I think, is one of the biggest changes they made in episode 3. So, so the trigger for assemblies is completely different.
Right.
And they're more micro assemblies that would happen. So the assembly kind of rules and what happens is a lot more streamlined, and it's quicker to get through. It
used to be votes,
yeah,
and then the votes would get you followers.
That's correct.
I don't see a voting track anymore.
There's no votes. Votes are not required anymore.
Right.
It's literally done on pretty much majority of.
So when does an assembly happen then?
So
I'm seeing something printed on this board here.
Yeah, you have 2 types of assemblies. You have a city assembly and you have a wilderness assembly.
Okay.
So let's go for the city assembly first. Yep. So in a 3-player game, whenever the 3rd dice goes into a zone, so this is the city, and it's 4 zones: downtown, military, expansion, and construction. And each one has 4 dice spots. And when one zone has 3 spots filled, at the end of your turn,
at the end of that player's turn,
you'll trigger an assembly.
There is an assembly, but you were saying downstairs that it's just an assembly for this zone. Is that right?
Correct. So the assembly will happen for the zone only, which means you'll trigger the majority of influence that you have in that assembly. That includes the landmarks above it, which we've not covered yet. And so obviously your coloured dice, your leader, if it's there.
What we can do, just for the purposes of the demonstration, we'll put that there.
Yeah.
Okay. And what here, we've got 8 assembly tiles.
That's correct.
And these are numbered 1 to 8.
Yeah. So they'll scale up in points or followers.
How many assemblies are we going to have? Are we going to have 8 assemblies, or we might not?
I think in our learning game we got 6.
Yeah, it does vary depending on what actions you take.
Because it's when an area gets 3 dice in it.
Yeah. So you trigger the assembly, you'll do the scoring off the assembly tile, and then
is this.
Yeah, so that'll be your first, second, third amount of followers or supply crates that you get, and then you'll do the officer. That's related.
So this is remind me again how this works. This is based on the number of things that you have in that
Your
area.
colour.
So
Your
whoever
colour
has the
pieces.
most things in that area, which includes
Not them.
Doesn't include them
because they're not actually
in that area. Yeah.
right. Okay.
You'll score them in a bit.
So it's basically settlements.
Settlements,
Dice.
colour dice, your leader, and potentially a tamed thunderhorn that you
Right.
may use, which we've not explained yet.
So whoever has the most
Yeah.
presence in here will get 3 followers. Second will get a crate. Third will get
Nada. Yeah.
right. Okay, got it.
Then once you've done that,
Yep.
you go straight to the officer. That's related.
Yeah.
And then you will score the majority of the cubes,
Right.
and you will basically
That's based
trigger
on this.
the bottom scoring conditions.
Okay. And just remind what happens in case of a tie.
In ties or friendlies. Friendly ties all
So
round.
everybody will get the top bit.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then you take these 3 dice, they're
Yep.
re-rolled and put back into the pool.
Ah, right. Okay. So dice are going to be added back to the pool
Yeah.
gradually before it runs out.
So this is where the timing of the assemblies, your coloured dice, getting them in, putting them back, putting them where you need to,
Oh,
is
wow.
so important, and it's
Okay.
very different to the original episodes.
And then that assembly tile will go, and then we're on to
Down to
Assembly
number 2, and etc. etc. Some of the assemblies will have like a refresh symbol on them, and that might refresh the adventure offer, it might refresh this ranch offer.
Okay.
It might inject different triggers in the game.
Right.
We'll cover that as we go.
okay.
So that's the city assembly.
That's the city assembly.
Yeah. The wilderness assemblies, they are related, if you want to go over here, to these 3
We've got these
exploration
3
tracks,
tiles here. Okay.
tiles. So whenever we explore enough to reveal that particular tile,
Oh right. Okay.
then that will trigger a swamp assembly.
And is that just a once?
Yeah.
So there will be a swamp assembly at some point in the game. Well, there might be,
Yeah. Might be.
and
Depends
that's
on
when
how-
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6 swamp explorations have been done.
Well, because you draw 2 and put 1 back, you'll get through that.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's by exploring
Yes.
these areas in the swamp.
And then
so-
again, it works in the same way.
So what's this?
That's just the tile that says on the free
Oh,
play it's in the
It's
seventh
in the
position.
7th position. But what actually happens when there's an assembly?
It's the same. So majority of coloured pieces.
Oh, is it? It's that assembly
Yeah.
tile. Oh right. Okay. So it's still that tile.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just triggered in a different way.
triggered in
Counting a
way.
different.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So it's
other than
it's
that-
not a city assembly and a wilderness assembly. It's just 2 ways of triggering.
The same assembly
got it.
mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And obviously you've got a swamp, a jungle, and a hills
For those 3.
triggers in there.
Got it.
And then obviously once you've done the wilderness majority influence, you will do the related officer, which is our chief of security
Okay.
in this example.
Right.
That's the differences really.
Okay. Let's just have a quick whistle-stop tour of my player board. We
Yeah.
mentioned at the top is going to be the 8 rounds. Everybody starts with a dial with 10 followers. And it's the player with the most followers at the end of the game that wins. This is the resources that you start with. So I start the game with some food, an island resource, and some scrap. I also start the game with 3 glowberries, which are these squishy glowberries that came in episode 2. I also start with 2 rangers, but one of them is wounded. So each player has an infirmary. Now, normally your infirmary starts off like that, but my character's asymmetric special ability is I actually have an extra space in my infirmary at the start of the game. So yeah, two rangers, one of which is wounded. I also start the game with a tamed shield head.
You do.
So these are the shield head dinosaurs, and it's got one of my little saddles on the back, which means I've tamed it. So that means that's how you identify that. I also start the game with another shield head and a raptor, and they are here. Now, these are supposed to go in this area of the player board, but the reason why we're keeping them here is for the overhead camera, it's much easier for people to see them. If you look at the overhead camera, and I was to put them on here, you can't really see them that well. So just for the purposes of you watching at home, we're going to keep our stuff that would normally go on your player board just below our player boards. So we've got the infirmary where people go and get wounded, or your dinosaurs can go and get wounded. You have to heal them up. We also have a ranch area, which we'll explain later on. And we've also got these at the top of the board. Now, these are funny shaped pieces, because one of the things that we're going to be doing in this game is we're going to be finding these artifacts. When you find these artifacts, you put them on the matching space. And what that does is it reduces, certainly for this one, it reduces the cost of doing that. I don't know what that one does.
I can go through if you like.
No. I was just curious because that's not a cost.
That's your dino leader.
Oh, right.
That's the dino leader.
That gets your dino leader.
Yeah.
Because at some point,
The riders. Yeah.
you've got 2 leader figures. You've got your normal leader figure.
Yeah.
And then at some point, you can learn to ride a dinosaur. And I've lost mine. He's gone.
He'll be in there somewhere.
He's in there somewhere. Where is he? There he is.
Blue.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, yours is a rat.
So I've got a problem with the game, right? This is my dino leader here. So this is Jack riding a little raptor. Meanwhile, why do you get one of those?
I get an iron jaw.
That's not fair.
It's actually part of the asymmetry, because you might think, oh, that's unfair that I've got an iron jaw, but it also means it's going to take me longer to get it.
Oh, okay, right.
Whereas I think Curly's is a shield head rider, and actually his would be the easiest to get, which means he's likely to get it
very quickly.
Oh, okay.
So it's balanced in that way, which
So
is
there's
nice.
so there's asymmetry already built in to the to the characters.
Yep.
Right. Let's finish the rest of setup.
Mhm.
So what we've done is we've populated the board, which is fixed with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We've got the 5 officers, which have been randomly assigned, although we're using the recommended ones for your first game.
Yeah.
And if you remember Perseverance episode 1 and 2, each player will start with some influence over one of the officers. Well, in this game, we all start with 1 influence on each of the officers. There's another officer up here. Let's just put it
somewhere.
Let's put it here for now.
Yeah.
So there is another officer as well. That is the officer for the wilderness. So we all start with one. Is it still called influence?
Yeah.
It's called influence.
Yeah.
But in this game, we're going to be spending this influence to get us some cool abilities, rather
to gain
than just,
favour and perks from the officers.
than just building it up.
Mhm.
So at the start of the game, because I'm the last player, I get to choose which one of these officers I want to be my best friend. I will get 1 more influence with that officer,
Right.
but also I will get their stash tile,
Settlement.
which is a settlement in that particular zone, and it also means I get to do whatever's on the stash tile.
Mhm.
Now, I did have an idea to take this one because that looks nice and easy, but we each have a personal goal, secret personal goal, at the start of the game. And my secret personal goal does not include getting that artifact, so I might do something different. I mean, I have no idea, to be honest. I've not played it. So I'm going to pick the Chief Steward. So I'm going to pick this one. So I get a settlement on the lowest settlement space within that zone.
That's the one.
That's that
Expansion,
It's
yeah.
that one.
That's it,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. The wiggly lines. Then I get another influence with the Chief Steward, and then I spend a glowberry
You do.
in order to gain a shield head.
Untamed shield
An
head.
untamed shield head. So I get one of these. Goes there.
Yeah.
And I also place another settlement somewhere in the city that has to be in a different zone
Through expansion, basically.
to the one where I chose. But that's fine. Let's have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Let's have Market Square because it's closest to me. Now, and also notice that there are no bonuses on these spaces like there was in previous ones.
Nope.
So a lot's changed. Right, that's me done.
Curly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a tough call. Um,
Just don't pick the one I want, and then we're fine.
is that the way it is?
It's the way it is.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, magically, I'm going to predict that I think I know you want this one, so I'm going to take that one first.
Okay, so you're going to become friends with the Chief of Security.
That's what I was going to take.
Oh, you know.
Naughty.
Know you too well, don't I?
So you want 1 influence on here,
Yeah, 1 influence on there.
and the bonus is you get to place a settlement in this zone
Well, it will be Outpost A.
because
Nothing else.
Because this is where you would start.
that is where it is. Okay, so we already have an outpost here.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Then I spend a glowberry.
Oh, this is on your stash card. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I get to take a ranch card.
So the ranches are here, and we've got ranch tiles divided into 4 types based on their. What are they based on?
It based on loosely categories of what they do.
Okay.
So, for example, the infirmary style
Is
ones
here.
are on the right hand side.
You
And,
know, like cultivation, that these are going to help you get the
Right.
the benefits from your discovery exploration tiles a lot more.
And you're going to choose any one of these.
Yeah. and it'll replenish it immediately.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, if you could pass me the one with the shield head and the 2 rangers,
This one?
please. Yeah.
So that gets replenished.
Thank you.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to place that on your playboard. So if it was me and I'd taken this, can you put it anywhere?
You can put it anywhere, and if it's got a shaded area that says 1 time, it's a covering bonus, and you get that.
Right. So if I was to take this and put it here, I would immediately get 1 glowberry.
Or 3.
Sorry, 3. I'd get this 1 time.
One time.
Yeah, I'd get 3 glowberries by putting that there.
Correct.
But by you putting it on yours, you've basically made that action
More powerful.
more powerful.
So I'm going to cover mine up, and I do get a bonus for it, and I get 2 rangers.
2 more rangers.
So that one would go over here.
It's like you played before, Curly.
There we are.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Me, yeah.
Yeah.
Me.
So yeah, you can't choose one that
okay.
somebody else has already chosen because
No.
the stash tile is gone.
That is bad news, isn't it? I think I will actually go for construction.
Okay.
You mind?
So that's the chief engineer.
Yeah.
So you get settlement here. You get some influence with the chief engineer,
I do. He's my best friend.
and you can spend a glowberry
Spend a glowberry,
to gain
a food,
food
and a raptor.
and a raptor. Raptors are over there. Oh, got
They're
2 of them.
tangled.
Yeah.
They're in a bit of a scuffle. There we go. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's the stashes done.
So is that setup done?
That's settled.
You will also notice over here, if I press the right button, I have, that we have 3 stacks of cards, 1 for the swamp, 1 for the jungle, 1 for the wilderness. Sorry, 1 for the hills. But these 2 are not active yet. And for each one, there are 2 face-up cards, and the top card of the deck is also face-up. So these are covered over because we're not yet into that area of the board, but that is another thing that we've done in setup.
Mm-hmm.
Right then, so on your turn,
Yeah.
you're only going to get 8 of them.
Yeah.
You do a primary action,
Yes.
and then you do a secondary action.
Yeah.
Then after you've done your secondary action, you check if you are on, are they called adventures?
Yeah, they are.
If you are on an adventure, you resolve that adventure or you progress that adventure.
Yep.
Then is the end of your turn,
Then you do end of turn checks.
where
You'd
you'd
move.
move that on,
Yeah, you move that on. You
you
regain.
check to see if there's an assembly.
Yeah, you regain soldiers and dinos from your tied areas. On your player board, there's a tied box that
Right.
you might have to tie by capturing dinosaurs and things like that.
Yep.
And then you would trigger an assembly if it was triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously on your eighth turn is your personal goal.
Is reveal
Or
the
your
personal
goal.
goal.
Yeah.
Got it. So if you want to take your first turn,
Yeah.
primary action, you have 2 choices. You either choose a die
Mhm.
from here and you place it into the city. You can only place it into the city and it has to go on the matching space. You are allowed to change the result of a die, and you are also allowed to use somebody else's die, but there is a cost to do so, which you'll see in a minute. When you place a die on a space, you get to do 2 of the 3 actions that are listed, unless you place a tamed, what are they called again?
Thunderhorn.
Thunderhorn, a tamed Thunderhorn here, in which case you get to do all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it's the same for all of them.
Mhm.
You get to do 2 different actions, unless you place a tamed Thunderhorn, in which case you get to do 3. That's option 1. Option 2 is
Place a dino.
place a dino. Now, this needs to be a tamed dino,
Mhm.
and you need to have access to the area that you're going in. So if we just have a look at the start of the game, this is the temple from the end of episode 2. And you'll see here there are 2 routes out of this temple. So we could go out the top route to here, which is location number 2,
Mhm.
or we could come out the bottom route and go to location 3, or to location 1.
Mhm.
And that's as far as we can go
Ah.
at the start of the game.
Yeah.
There is also this,
Yeah.
but that's different, is it?
It's basically, there's a settlement space which will be triggered by one of the expansion
Right.
actions that you can put on here. So
Okay.
it's really so that you can start getting some cultivation bonuses
Right.
from the map right from the go.
But if we go to 1,
Yeah.
once we've explored 1, we can then go on to 4, 7, or 6.
Yeah.
And as the game goes on, we will progress further and further up the map.
Yeah, we don't block each other. We just enable each other to get further across the map.
Right.
So, yeah.
Got it.
More
Okay, so
models.
what are you going to choose for your first action of the game?
I'm going to do a place a tame dino
Okay,
in the wilderness.
Right.
And I'm going to show off how this works.
well, let's go back to that view then.
Yeah, let's do it. So I have a tamed shield head, and I'm going to pick
So this icon here means
Number
it
one.
has to be a tamed shield head or higher, because there are actually 4 different types of dinosaur. And if we just look at my player board for a minute, you can see here that the tamed shield heads are the weakest ones. Then we have the raptors, then we have the thunderhorns, then we have the iron jaws. So because that space that you went on said, let's just press that button and move over here. There you go. It said shield head or higher.
Yeah.
It can basically be a shield head or high. Now you've got a tame shield head, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And what now happens is you've got to encounter this space first, but then after you've done that space, you're then going to get to put a tile on it.
Yeah, so the first thing I need to do is try and capture that shield head.
Yeah.
And the cost of capturing the shield head at the moment will be 2 rangers that I would have to injure.
So your options are 2 rangers, which you have to have, and they both get injured,
Yes.
or you make tired a tamed raptor or higher. But if you do that, you also get some food.
Yeah.
So they are your 2 options for capturing that.
Now, I only have 1 ranger because one of mine is already in the infirmary, like everyone else. But I have my leader.
Leaders can work
Leaders
as...
can work as rangers.
Right.
The benefits of sending your leaders out, I'll just put them here for effect, is that a leader can never go into the infirmary, they just get tired.
Okay.
So in this case, I'll be spending one of my rangers into the infirmary.
Your infirmary is now full.
He's full, and my leader is now
Just
pretty
becomes
tired. You know, hard working day.
But you've now captured this shield head.
I now have a shield head.
Right, okay, got it.
That goes in there. So now what we do is we take the top 2 swamp exploration tiles,
Yep.
which we have right here, and I will get to choose which one we do.
You put one of them on here,
Yeah.
and if there was a covering bonus, which there isn't here,
No,
but
there
there is
are
here,
some, yeah.
then you will get that bonus if you cover that space.
Yeah, and I think I will do this one for the first aid tent. Is
Okay.
going in.
Now, you've got 2 options now. Just go through these with me. One of them is put in a settlement
Yeah.
on this space here, and you immediately get that bonus, which is 3 points of healing.
Treatments. Yeah.
Or you could do this. Now, if you do this bottom half, you get an artifact,
I do.
and you get a glowberry, and you get a crate.
Yeah.
But you're not getting any ongoing benefits. So this is more of a one-off bonus,
So 1 off.
whereas this is potentially ongoing.
Yeah. So I've got to make a decision: is do I want to spread influence out into this swamp wilderness zone?
Because that settlement would be one of your
one of my
pieces.
colours.
Yeah.
Or there's the artifact more important to me right now. And actually, I'm going to pick the bottom
Okay.
action. So I'm going to get the glowberry back that I spent a long time ago.
Yeah. So you get that artifact,
Yeah,
which immediately goes straight onto your player board.
it does, which is the
Which one is it?
blue one, isn't it?
These are all different.
They are, they're asymmetric.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
So what that artifact would do for me is different from what it would do for you.
absolutely. So this one is basically it's very similar to the politics action from episodes 1 and 2, and it allows me to
Change
get
one of the neutral dice.
my dice. So
Right.
yes, I think I will. Let's be cheeky and take that one out.
Naughty, naughty.
Okay, and you only ever have 1 extra. That's all my coloured dice.
Oh, that's it?
That's it. That's all you get. And I will.
Right,
put
okay.
you-
Oh, because it's only triggerable from that action on your player board.
Yeah.
So once you've done it, that's it.
That's it.
But
Well
do you
done.
get anything else?
No.
Oh,
If
it's
you ever
even harder to
gain-
do it.
Yeah, if you
You get
ever
2 followers.
gain the same artifact as what you've got,
You get 2
you
followers.
get 2
Okay.
followers instead. So you
Okay.
don't get nothing. Sometimes it's worth doing. So yeah, that's
And you've got a crate.
yeah.
Now the crates, we'll explain these more later on as we go through, but the crates go in these slots here. So I've started with a crate down here because that's what it said for this particular character setup. But when you gain a crate, you can put it in any of the slots.
Yeah.
And you will spend those crates later to do these actions in the ranch. So that's your primary action.
That is it, yeah.
Secondary action. So what secondary actions have we got available to us?
So I could either do a supply secondary action,
Which is the ranch bit.
which is activating the ranch,
Yeah.
or I could do a use a perk. Now,
Which is cashing in some of your favours
yeah,
from one of the
so
officers.
this is where it's different from previous Perseverance
So you're actually
episodes.
spending these influence cubes.
Yeah, which means I'm not obviously going to get the majority if I'm spending all my influence from an officer. So you have to make that judgment call of what's more efficient
And
for
can
you.
you remember what these do, or can you see?
Yeah, I can
Over there?
absolutely
Okay.
remember. So if you want a quick overview,
Sure.
the chief of
So you
captain
basically spend a cube off the captain
and place your leader.
to place your leader, which is put it on here and to do 2 of the actions.
Yeah.
or spend 2 glow berries to move a
Dino Rider
so your improved leader.
on the map, basically.
Move it to a different one. A different zone. It could be the wilderness or the city or.
Correct. That's pretty much what that one does.
Remove a cube from the chief mate to allow you to spend 1 food to place a ranch and immediately use that tile.
Yep.
This one is return.
Recall a tame dino from the
tame
board.
Dino from the board. Get 1 point of healing, and put a ranch tile on, but don't.
No, it's an adventure.
Oh, it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is spend a scrap.
Yeah. And a shield head.
And a shield head in order to place a settlement on, and it's this green. So that's
the landmarks. Yeah.
Now on these landmarks, we've got 4 that are fixed at the start of the game, although there was an option of whether we have A or B, and we have some extra ones available.
That might come out.
That might come out.
I'm sure they will.
Okay.
Yeah, they will.
And then we also have the Chief of Security.
Yes.
Which allows you to spend an island resource to
place a dinosaur.
to place a tamed dino in the world and basically do the action there
what I've just done.
as if it was your primary action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I am going to do the chief engineer.
So you can remove
my red cube.
The red. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just goes back into
my supply.
Yep.
I'm going to spend a scrap and shield head,
head
because I've literally captured it, so he can go away.
To place a settlement. So does it have to be on one of these, or can you
settlement onto the landmarks? It'd be one of these.
One of those.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think this one makes sense to me. The mushroom cave.
And is that going to give you 1 presence in this zone?
So these wiggly lines all the way up the board include the landmarks as well as the city zone. So now I've got 2 red influence in construction.
Is it influence or presence?
Presence.
I thought this was it.
Yeah, you're right. It's present.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got 2 presence in the construction zone.
Yeah.
And what does placing that settlement, has that given you this?
Yeah, so now every time I put a dice into the city, I get food.
Oh, so that is your permanent ability. And there can be nobody else there?
No.
So you've claimed the mushroom cave.
I am the king of the mushrooms.
Property of JP.
Yeah. Which sounds about right. So that's my second reaction.
Yep.
Third action, I have no adventure. And so
there is no assembly.
There's no assembly.
So is that it? First turn done.
First turn done.
Easy.
Do
that 8 times.
And we're done.
We'll be done in 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Right. I'm going to do relatively similar there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tame dino. Because we start off here, I can go in any direction I want.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go this path over to here.
Now that this has been explored, you could have gone this way if you wanted. Is that right?
Absolutely. Yeah. But then you have to deal with the slightly
harder,
more tricky dinos.
So you're taking the easy route.
Yes.
And you're going to location 3.
Yeah, that's it. It's to be honest with you, it's not too bad. Can I have the dino?
He's got a sort of dino.
Just to see what the difference is between the two.
Just first player token.
Yeah, so the difference between doing those is, Paul, is that one would die and wouldn't go to the infirmary. It would just permanently be
surrendered.
Yeah, surrendered. That's right. So I'm going to go here just because I think it makes sense for me right now. Put that there for a moment.
So are you wounding?
So go there, and basically I'm going to wound one.
You don't have room for another one.
And I don't have room for another one now. As far as I understand, I can use my leader to just go to tired instead.
Yeah. Oh, he would come back.
If you didn't have your leader, would you then not be able to do that?
It would surrender instead.
It would.
Yeah, you would have to.
It would die.
Hence why it's a good thing to kind of open up the infirmary as soon as you can.
So somebody's wounded. There's nowhere for them.
That's it.
There's no hospital beds, so sorry.
Okay.
So I've done that. So I've gained enough to do that one. So he would go then to my.
And now you're going to put a tile on there.
Now I'm going to put a tile on there. And again, it seems to me, and this is only. It seems to me a good thing to do the first time you do it is to get your artifact. So I'm going to do the same.
Is this one of the main ways of getting artifacts?
So it's the artifacts. Getting the artifacts basically is exploring in that area, and I think you get one for exploring that area as well. I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think you do.
It's doing adventures of the different types, and it's taking down the temples of the different types as well.
So what we haven't even mentioned is temples.
We'll save that. We'll save that for when it comes. So what are you going to put here then?
So I'm going to choose the bottom action, and I'm going to go for putting some presence in.
Oh, this is the action. I've just realised it's on here.
Yeah.
So you place the tamed dinosaur on the space.
Yep,
you have the combat. you then place that thing
Yeah.
in there and get the cultivation bonus, or you get the other bonus. So basically, these two are the same.
Yeah.
It's just whether you get either that or you get that.
Yeah. It's just saying draw two, pick one, and then.
But
pick
do you
top
have
of
to
one.
do so? This is a question, and Victor might be able to answer this, or anybody else. It looks like you would have to choose which action you want to do first, but it's not, is it? You can put the tile down, and then once you've put the tile down, you.
I
Can
believe
then
so.
choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe because you're picking blindly otherwise of what you're going to.
Well,
go
yeah,
with.
it's just the way that this is written
Yeah.
makes you
That-
think that you can either do
that's
that
my
action or
understanding.
that.
Yeah, it could be either way, because actually the main reason I was going to pick the bottom one regardless, because
it's
I want the,
always-
because
Were
I
you?
want the
Oh, because
artifact.
it's the artifact.
And it's the only way of getting that shaped artifact is by doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put down one in the city. So Paul, could you do me a favour?
Oh, this is place a settlement in
Yeah.
the city. Right.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna choose.
Victor is confirming the choice is after you place the tile. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
We are
much.
doing it correct.
Could you put that on the downtown for me, please?
Downtown.
There we go.
That's not going to happen very often, is it?
And then what I get is I get to find my artifact of that colour.
Because you get that blue one.
Yeah,
And for
which
you,
is that
what does
one
mean?
there. Now, this is the interesting bit, is that for me, it covers up my dino leader.
Which, as we said, is easier for you to get than other people's.
Exactly.
So you
So
switch
it's
that.
literally that easy. And we did clarify as well that you switch it with wherever the person was.
Yeah. So
So-
we're tired.
Yeah,
They are still
they
tired.
are.
It's hard, but now they're on the top of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
at least they've got a rest.
So I've done that action all the way through. And now I'm going to do my secondary action.
Yep.
Now, my secondary action, I believe, and I've thought a little bit about this one, but I think I'm going to go with the Chief Steward.
So you remove,
One green one, please. Thank you.
and that is so return a tamed dinosaur.
Hence that.
1
return-
point of healing,
1 point of healing. So we will do that with one of those,
and you go on an adventure.
which is what I wanted.
So you get to take one of these 3 adventures.
So I think I've done enough with all my startup that I can take one of these 3, because what I'm aiming for is, you'll notice,
Let's just have a look at these.
yeah, get those on the air, is that this is one of your ways of getting an artifact, is
Right.
by
Triangle
completing
Okay.
the different adventures. So this one and this one gain you
So the top
artifacts.
left of an adventure card tells you the minimum requirements that you need to send on that adventure. So this is rangers,
Yeah.
and this icon here is units. And a unit is either a ranger or a tamed dino. So this requires 3 rangers and nothing else. This one requires 2 rangers and then 1 or more units. So that unit can either be another ranger or a tamed dinosaur.
But for those that have played before, even older episodes, you sometimes want to send a little bit more, maybe,
Yeah, because people might.
because they might not make it to the
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
always a risk.
So which one do you want to go on?
So I don't think it matters too much. I would be thinking about these ones here, but I haven't got any of those out. So I think I'll just, for the sake of keeping it going, I will go for this one here.
Okay.
So this one requires that I have 3 rangers. So what you do is you pop it under here.
Because we're on round 1, the card goes there. But if we were on round 2, the card would go there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And it can overhang at the end as well. if need.
Okay. So you can go on an adventure
Uh-huh.
on round 7. Right. Okay.
Now I'd be super unlucky, but because there's a potential that 3 people could die going on this one,
You might
And-
not get to the end.
you might not get to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a 4th.
Extra.
Just to make sure that I can
Just to
actually
guarantee
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be really unlucky, but I don't fancy my chances today, so there we are.
Okay.
So I believe that ends the
That's the secondary action. Now you resolve your adventure.
So resolve the adventure. So you do the one that you're on, which for me would be gain an island resource.
And then you roll your threat.
I'll roll my threat.
What is it?
We have the threat
Paul.
die.
Is there anywhere? Just over here.
Yeah. Where's the dice roll? Try. Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much. So with this one here, basically I'm going to roll the die and I want to get above the number on this one here. So for my one,
That
it's
number
4
or
plus.
lower, and they die.
Yeah, so
Or
4
injured.
plus for
They
me.
injured,
So
they don't die.
I rolled a 3, so unfortunately,
Goes to the infirmary.
Let's just make sure we see the dice. There you go.
Yeah.
You roll the 3. Keep it there now.
So he's gone to hospital. He didn't
gone to the infirmary.
fell over or whatever he
fell
did.
over.
Oh, he's
love
just
it.
injured, is it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's got the little symbol.
The
for
trouble
it.
is though, your infirmary's going to fill up quite quick, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
you'll get into
Got
some
some
trouble.
trouble already. And there we go. So then that would move on to the second round. So JP's probably done his, but you can see mine is on the next stage of the resolution now.
Right. Okay. So they've tied in. You don't need a separate counter for the adventure because it's all
Exactly.
tied in with your round
That's
marker.
it.
Which works quite nicely.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay. My go. Well, nobody's taken any dice.
No,
so
you
I think I probably should.
Start working the city.
But we have all sorts of things here,
We
and
do.
we've not been through these yet. But of course, a lot of these icons are very similar to what we've had before.
You want me to give me the thematics of what each?
Yeah,
each
go on then. So the market square
is get stuff.
is get stuff. It's the first action is get two things.
Yeah.
This is
Sure.
get stuff,
Yeah.
and this is spend a scrap to get stuff.
Supply crates and raptors.
Yeah, so that's what market square is about.
Yeah.
Training is about gaining rangers and healing.
Yeah. Taming
Taming 3 dinosaurs that you already have
Yes.
in your ranch, just putting saddles on them.
Taming costs.
Oh,
the
paying the
important-
taming costs.
which you all have on your
Right,
board here.
okay. So the taming cost for each of the dinosaurs is actually shown here.
Yes.
And if you cover these up with artifacts, then it becomes
And you
becomes free.
You have the knowledge.
okay.
Yeah.
Going on an adventure,
Which we've
which
just seen
we've just seen. Settlers.
is your primary way of getting settlements onto the wilderness
So this is
and city.
that's not placing a new ranch tile. Is
No,
that
that's
just
activate.
activating one of them?
Yeah. Activate a ranch tile.
Yeah.
Or place settlement activating a settlement in a discovery zone and getting its benefits.
If you've got it.
Yeah, up to 2 different ones.
Up to 2 different
Yeah.
ones that are
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So,
got
for
it.
example, if I was here and here, I could activate this ability here and this
Hang on, we can't
ability.
quite see that. Let me just go up. So
Yeah.
if you were
Here
here
and
and here, you could do both of them.
And basically activate, get a ranger here and then get 3 treatments there.
Right. Okay.
That's what that means. Yeah, and the other bottom 2 are place a settlement in a city, which we've
City.
seen. And if you do it again, pay food to put a settlement in a different city.
Because it's
zone.
got the things around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And influence the officer in
Okay.
that zone.
And then the workyard
It's
is
improving your ranch pretty much. So you
placing a settlement somewhere in the wilderness.
yeah, but
which
without getting the
could
bonus.
go on any of the spaces.
Yeah.
That's there. Yeah.
You don't get the bonus for it.
Or placing a ranch, or
Under the ranch tile.
spending an island resource
Mhm.
to place a ranch tile and get a crate.
That's it.
Okay. Right. Still don't know. I mean, I don't know what my. Let me have a look at my super secret personal goal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. I was going to do that anyway. So I'm going to use. Oh, well, that's interesting. So the only neutral dice are the backpacks.
Yeah.
Well, let's use one of those.
Funny the way that works, isn't it?
So the cost to change the result of a die is
2 globeries
2 glowberries
or
or
3 followers.
3 followers,
Mhm.
and the cost to use somebody else's die is also 2 glowberries and 3 followers. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the backpack die here. So I'm going to get to do 2 of these, and the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to place a settlement in the city. So I'm going to take a settlement, and I think I'm going to put it in this area here. So what means I've got.
2 presents.
We should move these, shouldn't we? These are.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can come off.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move these a little bit just cause
You get confused at which
I'm
one.
getting confused as to which ones
Yeah.
from which space. So there you go. That's them. So that's this area. So I've now got
Got
2
2.
presents in this
The
area.
expansion, yeah.
I'm also going to spend a food to place another one, which has to be in a different one.
Yeah. Classic perseverance move.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm going for votes because I'm still playing episode 1.
I hate to tell you, there's no vote.
Don't. Well,
But it's good to have
still,
presents.
yeah. Let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Primary action done.
Yeah.
Might be
No.
wrong, but I think there's an influence on the
Oh,
other.
there is.
Yes, you influence the officer
I influence the opposite in that.
in the second
There
one.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain's my second best friend.
Yeah. It's
I
good.
like his hat. Secondary action.
So now you can use your
Oh,
supply.
apparently, I'm on round 2.
Oh yeah, I moved you an example. Yeah, you can supply or you can do your perk. So me and Cody
So-
have both done a perk secondary action.
Yeah, so the supply,
Mhm.
basically, your ranch is divided into 3 rows, and you choose a row, and you can do one of the 3 things for free, or if you spend a crate, you can do 2 of them,
Mhm.
or if you spend 2 crates, you can do all 3 of them.
Correct.
So right now, I have a crate down here. I could use that crate to do 2 of these, or I could just keep the crate and do 1 of these. So even though I haven't put tiles on my board yet, I still get to do
Still options. Yeah.
still get to do options. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know, but putting a saddle on a dinosaur seems like a cool thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Taming's always good fun.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to do this. So it's either take 2 glowberries or put a saddle on a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a saddle on this raptor.
Okay, that's good.
So that's that.
You got to pay for it. So a raptor is a
Oh,
hire,
I
a
can't do
ranger,
that.
and a food.
I can't do that,
Yeah.
can I? Okay, but I could
Spend a glowberry.
spend a glowberry to tame that. So
Mm-hmm.
I take one of these and I put it on there, and that is now that tamed. So that can come over here.
Yep. That's it.
And if I wanted to spend the crate, I could have done
Another one.
another one as well. But no, I'll keep the crate for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh,
secondary action done. You haven't got no adventure, so you just move your marker.
That's it.
to Toronto.
Okay. So I thought we started with 3 glowberries.
You did, but you spent one on your stash. I think.
I did. Yes. Okay, round 1 is over.
Okay.
Round 2.
Round 2. I'm gonna go place the die in training.
Okay, so you get to do 2 of these actions.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get 2 rangers.
2 rangers and 2 points of healing.
Oh look, they've come out of the hospital.
Okay.
That's useful.
And do you want to go on an adventure? Or do you want... That's tame 3 dinosaurs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
But paying the cost.
Paying the
So
cost.
it's tough
Yeah.
to do.
I'm gonna do it though,
Wow.
because I'm just that kind of
So
guy.
you're going to tame
I'm gonna tame a shield head.
a shield head, which got you
Cost
a
a
glowberry.
glowberry. There you go. And I'm gonna tame 2 raptors.
Which for you...
Is tired 2 rangers and 2
And spend
food.
food.
So spend it twice.
So give the raptors some food.
Yeah. And away we go. So the great thing is that we've got large saddles for the larger dinosaurs.
Yeah, for the raptors, you have these
Cute.
tiny
Cute
saddles.
little saddles.
Are the big saddles for all the other
Yeah.
3?
All the other 3.
Right, okay.
That's it. So I will put them on in a minute.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wait for me to put them on.
Okay.
So that's the primary action sorted. I kind of wanted to do all 3, but I don't have a Thunderhorn, so there we go. And I think the next thing I could do.
Because a tamed Thunderhorn allows you to start doing 3 different actions, doesn't it?
Yeah, where's the thingy? 2 shield. It could be quite good. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. So these will be tamed. I just haven't put the little things on.
Mhm.
I'm actually going to do the chief of security.
So you're going to remove
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
to spend an island resource
That's it. I'm pretty much out.
to place any tamed dinosaur in the wilderness, which is basically the same as the
Yeah.
primary action. So you're going to place a raptor here.
Mm-hmm.
So that space actually has to be raptor or above.
Yeah, which it is.
And now you're dealing with
The Thunderhorn.
Thunderhorn. Do you want to just pass me the sheet?
Yeah.
So to deal with a Thunderhorn, you either need to wound 1 ranger,
Yeah.
another ranger is killed,
Yeah.
and 1 gets tired.
Yeah.
So you need 3 different ones,
Mm-hmm.
or you use a tamed shield head or above, which gets wounded, and another one gets tired.
Yes.
So you need 2 shield heads
At least.
at least to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also a rule clarification is
Yeah.
if you're using a leader as a ranger, you can't substitute your leader to be the one that would be surrendered in that case, because obviously these can't be surrendered.
Right.
So you'd have to surrender an actual ranger.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, I'm actually going to use my 2 tame dinosaurs that I've recently got and
Okay.
take down.
And they don't become tired or anything like
Well,
that?
one will come tired. The raptor's going to get tired. And the shield head's going to the
He's getting
hospital.
wounded. Right. Okay.
Yeah. But the Thunderhorn is now mine.
Not tamed. But,
Not tamed.
But yours, you've captured it,
But he's mine.
and you get 3 followers.
And I get 3 followers.
He's winning.
So I am winning. Get him. Stop him right now. And another thing is if you used an Iron Jaw, you'd get 3 followers for just being in combat with an Iron Jaw.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we're way off that. So, weirdly,
Oh, Already?
Trigger an assembly.
Okay.
That seems very quick. But it is the 7th tile.
It's the 7th time.
And as you say, you've had 3 explorations, each
Yeah.
of which you take 2 tiles and put one on the bottom.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that has come quick.
That's not good for me right now.
You're going to get 2 glowberries as a immediate bonus.
Yep. I'm going to go for the forage
Oh,
sort.
no, I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the bottom.
On the bottom.
So I am actually going to put a settlement in because
Right.
it's triggering assembly, so it probably makes sense.
And then does that get you that resource now?
That gives me a food. So I can have a food, please, Curly.
You may.
There's your 2 glowberries there.
Thank you.
There you go, dear boy.
Thank you. So that is my secondary action done.
Okay.
So, 3rd step of your turn is adventure stage resolution. You're not on an adventure.
I think do I actually need that? I've already got 2 presents in wilderness. You guys haven't got any, have you?
Nope. I've not left home yet.
No, I'm actually
It's too dangerous,
going to change my mind.
Okay. You're going to have the bottom bit,
I am.
which is an artifact that you've already got.
I get 2
So
followers.
that gets you 2 followers instead.
Yeah.
And you get to put a cube on.
Essentially getting that action for free.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the item resource, but yeah, I think that's going to be better because I'm going to win this anyway. I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simply.
So now
So an assembly has triggered. So does this now disappear?
goes. Yeah.
Okay. And we are having our first assembly.
So I have the most influence.
Oh, so okay, the assembly is triggered, but it is a wilderness assembly
Yes.
because it's based on
Based on swamp.
this area. Yeah.
So we check swamp, and we go how many influence or
Presence.
presence does everyone else in swamp? So I have 2.
0.
0,
Five.
0.
Right.
I win. Yeah, you get 3.
So you get 3 followers.
I do have 1 because I started
It
off.
does.
You do. Yes. 1, 2, 3.
So you get a crate.
You get
Yeah.
a supply crate.
And then this goes.
I actually prefer at this stage, actually.
So that is assembly number 1 has happened.
Correct. Now I can't remember is if this refresh triggers now or if it triggers after this second assembly
we
is
can ask Victor, who's watching. There is a icon on the top left
on the second assembly tile.
on the second assembly tile. What is that icon?
That is refresh the ranch offer. It's in you take the bottom row and then
Right.
replenish.
So yeah, you're saying does it happen now?
As in, is it happen now on a reveal or does it happen when we activate the second assembly?
We'll find out from Victor in 5 seconds time. Once he's finished typing.
We'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't have an adventure, which would have happened before the assembly check.
So that's your go
And then my tired people will come back.
Yeah.
And we are good to go. That's me done.
Okay.
That was a good turn. I
So
enjoyed that
you
one.
move on to. So in the original Perseverance, episodes 1 and 2, you would have 3 assemblies.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how many turns you would have. It's probably about
Oh.
It depends because
4 or 5, right?
for
Yeah.
per assembly.
Yeah, I think it's,
So you're
it's
looking at
around
probably
12 dice you start off with. So.
11 or 12
depends
turns
on
in a
player
game.
count as well.
Yeah.
Even if you're only going to get 8.
Yeah.
So Victor is saying it is after the second assembly. Okay, so after that assembly has happened,
It'll trigger that refresh.
we then
Cool.
refresh. We get rid of these ones on the bottom.
Yep.
Slide them down. Get new ones. Right. Got it.
Okay, so my actions. I'm glad you said that because I had my eye on one of those and didn't want
And
you
it
taking
might
it.
go.
So my 2 actions are going to be take a dice, of
Mhm.
which I should have been thinking about what ones were on what. I will take this one here, and I will go over here. So I'm going to do.
Ah, sorry. We didn't trigger that.
We forgot to trigger the chief of security. Yes, let's do that now quickly.
Sorry,
Do
my
that.
friend.
So
No,
because
go
we
back.
did
I'll
an
leave that there.
assembly, this is based on whoever's got the most here.
Yeah, so we now trigger this. So
Okay.
the conditions for the officer assembly is the tame dinosaurs in the wilderness. So for every tame dinosaur in the wilderness, you get 1 follower, and for every complete or ongoing adventure, you would get 2. So obviously, majority is green. So Curly
I
is
get
winning.
basically, yeah, I get 2 for my adventure, but my tame dinos are on the adventure, so they don't count
Yeah, because it's in the wilderness.
in the wilderness.
Right,
So I
okay.
get 2 for the
And
adventure.
we share second place,
Which is this halved.
which is this half rounded down, I think.
I don't have any of those.
Yeah, so I would get 1, 2, 1 halved.
Okay.
Sorry
So
about that.
whoever, so whenever this bottom part of a card is scored, whoever has the most influence on it
Mhm.
gets that value.
Yeah.
and then second most gets half of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I just nearly forgot that was quite important.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
now you can go.
No, absolutely.
So
So
place the dice here.
I've placed the dice over there.
You're going to get to do
It's
two
on the
of these.
work yard. So I'm gonna now. There's some thinking behind this. So I'm gonna place a settlement out onto the wilderness, for reasons.
Which is free.
What reasons are they? Can you share?
No,
Okay.
I can't.
Fair enough.
Well, there's two reasons. So I'm gonna place one there
Yeah.
onto this area, the ancient site.
You don't get the
I
Why
don't
do you
get.
not
the
get the bonus?
just you-
So the bonus is the symbol with the hand. So if you see here, it's got a symbol with the hand. That means take it, but actually laying
So
it down.
here was placing it
And
getting the
taking it.
bonus.
This
You're
is just
already
placing it. But for an example, one of the officer perks as well does say take it as well. That one, the chief mate.
if you'd use a settler's action, you can then activate that and
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, so it does depend. So that one there.
Okay.
So I'm going to lay that one there. And my second action, now I am umming and ahhing as to whether I want the island resource more or the supply. I think I'm going to use the island resource.
So you're spending an island resource to take a ranch tile and get
What
it
would you
correct.
So I am going to take the healing, please, because
Which one?
I'm taking a bit of a battering right now. So I'll take the bottom one with the
In the range.
4.
I mean, 4 should be enough at the start of the
Yeah,
game. surely.
exactly. But keeping in mind the dinos take 2, so it does ramp up a little
Right,
bit.
okay.
So that's going to go there, and because I spent the island resource, I also get to put one of my supply cubes on there as well.
Yeah.
And to diversify, I'm going to put one at the top there, just so I've got options.
Yeah.
There we are. So that is my primary action. Now, my secondary action,
Oh, I know. Right.
I'm now going to do these.
Yeah.
So
Right. So you've got 2.
So I've got 2 that are upgraded on the same row. So that means that I can either take 2 of the
and do all 3.
supply crates to do all 3, or I can take one of them out to do the 2 that I've upgraded, or
what you're
none
gonna
of them.
do, yeah.
So I'm probably just going to take one, just because they are quite difficult to get hold of.
One supply crate gets
One
you
supply
2
crate
tiles.
gets me 2. Now, I've overkilled it a little bit because I only really needed 2 heals, but
Yeah.
there we are. I gain an extra ranger there. I get a shield head, please,
2 more. Wow, you're
And 2
ranging
more
up.
rangers.
and 2 more rangers.
Power range.
So,
Now, there is a limited supply. Each player can only have a maximum of, is it 7?
what we got? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I've only got 7. Oh no, 8.
8. There's no more.
There's one with a bit of a cold.
So there's those 2 actions there, all done. And now here's the important bit, and the reason why I did what I did is because of my resolution of my ability, that one there.
Yeah.
So firstly, I'm going to do this bit here, which is put an officer's cube down, and I will do that, I think, on the one where I don't have any, just for flexibility, please. If you could pop it over there on the chief steward. And if I've got a settlement in Wilderness 3, I get
Right.
this bonus.
These are all numbered, and you now do have a settlement on 3.
There we go. So now I get a raptor, which is over here by me,
Over.
and a glowberry. So it's a nice little bonus that,
It's called a cartographer's bonus, so it really matters where
Okay.
you have settlements on the wilderness.
Right.
there we go. And I've got to roll for death, basically.
Oh,
So where do
I
I
hope you survive,
You hold it?
Curly.
Yeah, I bet you do. So that is 1 death,
Or
and the
injure.
2+, so
Injured.
surrender. The 2+ is okay, and that is all I've got to do. So
Okay.
1 is injured,
Gonna be putting the dinosaur in, surely. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
and
would
the
you?
other 2 are
But is
okay.
that adventure done now?
Yes. So the adventure concludes as soon as that marker goes into it. You don't do it on your 3rd action.
Right, got it.
Because otherwise you'd only ever get 3 in the whole game.
Okay.
So that now finishes there and
Yeah.
then. You get the artifact now.
Oh, this was meant to come back to my side anyway, wasn't it?
Tired ones, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I get that particular artifact. So that particular artifact for everyone for doing these adventures at the start is always that one there.
Yeah, the swamp adventures will give you the artifact that will tame shield heads for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's now covered. So when that one's complete, which it is now, I'll just put it to one side just to say I've
But it
completed
is yours, isn't it?
It is mine because
Yeah.
you use it for scoring in,
Yeah.
in certain
You want to just tuck
circumstances.
it and slide it maybe onto
Yeah.
the, just so we
Whatever
can just see
works for you, yeah.
it. Okay. All done?
All done.
My go. I still don't know what I'm doing. I mean, you guys are exploring. That seems like a cool thing
You
to
might
know.
want to get
but
them on it. But we've already triggered the swamp assembly.
Swamp Assembly
So
has
maybe
already
you're
been triggered.
thinking, you know what? The jungle looks good. Maybe.
Can I get to the jungle from where I am? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can, because this has been explored.
The shield head. And the
Shield
raptor.
head.
As long as
So
you
the
can deal
raptor.
with the raptor, you can do it.
How do I deal with the raptor?
So, raptors are, I think it's 3
Two
ranges.
soldiers, one gets injured, one dies.
Okay.
Or I use a Thunderhorn or higher.
Yeah.
Which I don't have. So I could. No, I've only got one soldier. Well, I've got one soldier. I'm a leader. But you're saying you can't use your leader to soak up the death.
No.
So it would be this soldier.
Yeah.
Frank.
Your leader can obviously just be tired when it gets injured. So that's the bonus there.
I want to point out a different route to you as well, Paul, because it can be quite important. Is that from here you can actually go here to the Raptor Temple.
Oh, what is this?
Well, this is the temple we've not yet explored.
Okay.
In the
Do you want to just explain how this works? So from here.
Yeah.
We can go to here.
Yeah. So this is an open zone. That means we're not blocking anybody by going there. So that's the same principle as the other kind of placement spots. But this just means there's a reoccurring raptor for anybody that goes here that you would try and capture.
Yeah.
There's a special artifact that's only available in this temple and there's some followers to gain. So if you decide to reveal the temple, it also means that when we sometimes gain dinosaurs, if it has a temple icon next to that dinosaur, you have the ability to gain a shield head, and in this case would be the raptor temple. So you might see that on some cards, which we'll explain if it comes up. But but generally, they're quite good to have.
Mm-hmm.
And that artifact would be this one, which allows me to tame
A raptor.
That's for
raptors
free.
for free.
Yeah, which might be useful. So you do have that option as well.
Right. Or I could place dice down here.
Yeah, or you can focus on triggering an assembly to benefit yourself.
I think I'll do that.
Yeah.
Because when one of these assemblies happens, all the dice in that zone go back. So I kind of want to put my own dice in that zone.
Yeah, otherwise they get tied,
Yeah.
as it can happen. And it did happen.
But for now, I think I'm just going to play it easy. I'm going to take this backpack, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to go to the market square. The first action I'm going to do is this top one, and I'm going to gain definitely 1 food, probably 2 food. And then I'm going to do that one, which is to gain a shield head and 2 glowberries. Okay,
Okay.
so that's my primary action done.
Yeah.
My secondary action, I probably want to use a cube to do something. Yeah, so that's these things, isn't it? I should have done this first. Just go through what these are. We know what this one does. That's your permanent ability. This, every time I place a settlement in the city, I get 2 glowberries. This one,
You're saying I didn't get the food for that. Can you pass me a food, please? Aaron? Yeah.
what's this one?
That one is when you do the world exploration tile, as in you pick one and draw 2, pick one, you'll gain a ranger.
Okay,
So it just means you'll be rewarded for doing more of this.
this one.
This one is when you activate a perk on your secondary action, you may spend food to influence an officer. So that's quite nice. Because that might, but I think it has to be a different officer to the one that you've spent.
I fancy this one.
You know, the boot camp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to remove this.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me just have a look at my.
Is that the one you want?
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to remove that influence cube from the chief engineer
Mm-hmm.
to do this. So I spend a scrap.
Yeah.
And I spend
Shield
a shield head. So they go. And I get to place a settlement
on the landmark.
on the landmark. Now, tell me how these landmarks come in.
Through the assembly.
Through assemblies, right.
So there's a refresh that will tell us to put them in.
So I'm going to put this on the boot camp, which means from now on, every time I go up here,
You get a ranger.
I'm going to get a ranger.
Yeah.
Right, that's my secondary action done. I have no adventure stage resolution. I have no end of turn checks. Done.
You are done. You are done, sir. Now, I know what I need. I don't want to do that action. So that's the danger. I think that makes sense to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, fine. So what we got here? Books. I've got plenty of glowberries, so that could be useful.
Should have done that.
Fine. Pink.
So I need to be looking at where I can get those artifacts from.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, what they do is, which is quite nice, is they actually, where it's available from, they do it.
It tells you.
Number one there, yeah.
You don't get any in the hills, but for swamp, so you'll get 2 artifacts for the swamp and jungle. You'll get an artifact for each temple on the board, and then you get an artifact on the discovery of each 3 wilderness zones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's your 8, basically. Right, I think I want to go to the market square.
With what dice?
That's the pickle.
So you've got hammers or books?
Yeah.
That's all we're interested in.
Yeah.
Backpacks are so last-year.
They are. So either I help one of you two.
Sounds reasonable.
It does sound reasonable, and I'll pay for it though.
Well, it's not going to help us, is it? Oh, no, it will, because it'll give us presents.
Yeah.
Give you presents in there.
But you might be presents where you don't want it. No, there's no reason why you would want presents, but you might want to use your own dice to put presents where you want it, you see. So it's not always helpful.
Yeah.
I will do it. So I'm going to do that, and I'm actually going to
So you're
put,
spending 2 glowberries to place somebody else's dice.
just to even you two up a little bit.
Okay, so we've
Bit rude,
both
bit
got
rude.
2 presents in this
Yeah.
zone.
It's all good. I paid for it though, haven't I?
Okay, what do you want?
Right. I do want a island resource, please.
Island
And
resource.
let's diversify and go scrap, please.
Scrap. There we go, device.
Thank you. And then I will get a shield head and 2 more glowberries, which I should have just kept and not spent them to.
Right.
Do you want to just bring those resources
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
closer
so.
to you?
I might just have them off
Oh,
the
just
camera
there, yeah.
over here, to be honest. Then
Thank you.
2 glowberries. Maybe.
Nice. That's my primary. Now my secondary is I'm actually going to spend a supply crate.
Oh, right. So you get to do 2 of those bottom things.
I do. So I'm going to get 3 treatments to bring.
So it's 2 healing points to bring back a dinosaur.
Yeah, so I'm overspent, but it is what it is. And I'm going to get 2 more glowberries, please. And then I'm going to tame my thunderhorn.
Which cost you a glowberry.
It's me 2 glowberries
Oh, Thunderhorn.
and an island
And
resource.
an island resource.
Yeah.
Right, so you've now got a tamed Thunderhorn.
I do. So
Which are very useful, actually.
Yeah.
They're a definite step up in usefulness. Sorry, these were the 2 that you earned.
Okay.
So then you're spending the same 2. So
Yes, just
just
keep
don't give me the 2.
Just keep them and then have that back. I'm all spent up. So that's my secondary action done.
All done. Yeah,
We
finished.
need to get some adventures. I'm feeling a bit light on adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like adventures, I have to say.
Yeah, they did give you a lot, didn't they?
Right, on me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab this food, or
Backpack.
backpack. I'll go here.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tame 3 dinos,
Right.
and I'm going to do an adventure. So
Okay,
my 3
another one.
dinos I'm going to do are actually, weirdly enough, these 3 here.
So 3 shield heads.
3 shield heads, because they're
Don't cost you
free.
anything.
Oh, because they're free for you.
Yeah,
Look at
so
my magical green artifact.
that's it. So I'll sort that bit out in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I'm going to do another adventure.
When do we unlock Jungle Adventures?
So as soon as, that is actually a good point.
As soon as you
Consider that.
explore the jungle zone.
Yeah, as soon as
could
you
that be
explore.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I should have done that later, really, but there we are. Never mind.
As soon as you put a tame dino in that wilderness area,
Right.
it unlocks.
So I'm going to do this one here then. Swamped Giant. Now, with this one here, it's a little bit different because you actually need your leader to be able to do it. So I'm the only one who can actually do
just
that
have a
one.
look.
There seems to be one super powered type
Oh, so
one.
that's your leader.
Yeah.
And is that
It's a dino rider.
it's the Dino Rider? So it
Yeah.
actually has to be not just
Yeah.
your leader, but it has to be
Uh-huh.
Dino Rider leader
Yeah,
plus 2 or more other units.
other units.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that one because I should have really thought about that, really, in the fact that I don't want the other one specifically. But there we are. So there we go. That one goes there. Got my tamed ones, and then as a secondary action, and this is...
You need to put the things on it.
Yes, I do need to put the things on it. You're
So
absolutely
Dino
right.
Leader.
So my
at least
Dino
two.
Leader and at least 2 other units. Now again, I've got the potential to die 3 times, which is lovely. So I'm going to go ahead and put on 3 as well as my Dino Leader, just to make sure. Because that one, actually, the numbers are a lot higher. I'm far more likely to die on that one, so that's definitely sensible. Where was I? So I've done that bit there, doing my secondary action. My secondary action, actually, this is why I did it in the wrong order slightly, is because actually I'm going to do the jungle now.
Okay, right.
But such is life. There we are. It's just the way it's worked out.
Are you going to do that as a secondary action?
So I'm going to do
by
this
using the
one.
Chief of Security.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the influence cube from over here.
Spend an island resource.
Spend an island resource.
To place a tamed dino in the
To
wilderness.
place a tamed dino in the wilderness. So I am going to do this one up here.
Yeah.
So
you encounter a raptor.
I encounter a raptor. So in order to take down a raptor, I can either surrender, which permanently get rid of one of my rangers and put one in the infirmary, or I can use a thunderhorn. So because I don't have a thunderhorn,
yeah, so it's one
I'm
in the
gonna take
infirmary,
one
and
infirmary.
one in the ground.
One goes back to supply. And there we go. So I get...
So you don't get the raptor for that.
So you do get the raptor
Oh, you
for
do?
that one, but
It's just
because
an
it's a
infinite
permanent
supply.
one, that is pretty much one of the few occasions where you actually take from supply.
Yeah.
So take my one raptor
And
from
you get
supply,
this artifact.
and I get that artifact, which
You
is
get
this
3
one
points.
here.
Raptor training taming one. Yeah.
And from now on,
Yeah.
all my raptors are
Free.
free
Free to
to
tame.
tame. And there we go. So I can go up to 50
And more
followers
importantly,
Oh, yes.
the
now.
So we've been keeping this secret, but we have extra temples included in this game.
yeah. So now we have found the Raptor Temple, and there she goes on the board.
So this temple here is the Shield Head Temple.
Yeah.
And this is the Raptor Temple. Now, we don't know who's built these temples. Well,
No.
we do now because it's been revealed.
Yeah.
Right, and there we go. So that is my secondary action, is doing the perk of the officer over there. And all that's left to do is to do my adventure. So in order to do that one there, I get 2 glowberries. There we are. And I get 1 food, which is there.
And then somebody
then-
might die.
Someone is
Or
extremely
getting
likely to
injured.
die. So there we go. Yeah, so injured. So now, because I haven't got room in the infirmary,
die.
they do go. So there we go. And that one moves on.
Nice. Oh, that's nice to get a Thunderhorn of that one as well.
Well, that's it. So that one's tough to do, but you do get a really nice resource for it. So
Yeah, cool.
cool. That's me.
I'm definitely feeling the punishment of you two having played this 2 days ago.
We have
it's great because you've played it once and you seem to have a good idea of what's
Synergy.
coming out and what things are good, whereas I'm still
you
exploring
were
the
where we
basics.
were Thursday.
Yes. So we're running out of dice in here, but we can never get into a situation where all of the dice run out, because if they do, the placement of the last one will trigger.
Yeah.
No, in fact, placement of the penultimate one will trigger.
Yeah.
There's only
Has to.
there's 2 zones about to trigger here. There's 3 going in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I want the ones to trigger with my dice in them so that I get the dice back.
Yeah.
The problem being, those are not the right icons. I mean, I could change the icons, but I kind of don't want to. I realise I should have taken that bonus instead of this one. That's the one I wanted. Because then I was about to do that twice more.
yeah.
That would have been good. But since I've got a bonus for doing this, maybe
You're getting on it.
Because now that this has been explored,
Yeah.
You can
oh
go
no,
for that.
oh
You can still do it.
no, it's a dead end. Oh no, it goes
No,
in
no,
there.
you-
There's a top bit. It goes off.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes off.
And actually, you've just
And
done the
should
jungle.
we?
Yeah.
Should we do that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as you place a tame dino in the jungle, we remove the tile.
Now you've got jungle adventures.
Jungle adventures. That's what it's all about.
So now you can get that red artifact at the end on most of those.
Yeah, no one interested. Right.
Not part of my goal. But as I said, artifacts are worth the followers at the end of the game.
Yeah.
so they're always good to go.
And they ramp up as well with
Yeah,
multipliers.
scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from here, I
Yeah.
could get here.
You could. You go straight to the hills.
To the hills.
Really get the game.
But I mean,
moving
what is the
forward.
benefit of going to the hills?
Well, the hills have the spicier dinos, I would say. And obviously they've got better follower rewards in those temples.
And obviously later on, you do want the bigger dinos as well.
Let's just have a look at how you capture a iron jaw.
With difficulty,
Great
I'd imagine.
difficulty. It's not too...
I can do that.
Yeah.
They're all doable, I feel.
I can totally do that.
You just need a lot of rangers, really. Or is it two tame raptors? I'll do it as well.
No, according to this, it is one
Yeah.
ranger who gets injured, one
Yeah.
ranger who dies,
One's tired.
and a tamed shield head that gets injured.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
There you go.
Sorted. Right.
He's going for the iron jaw.
I am going for the iron jaw. So I am leaving.
Well, did you want this one?
Yeah.
This one? This one? Oh, no. It's...
Well, I don't have a tamed.
Oh, right.
Raptor.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave the first aid tent.
Yeah.
We're going to head north
And head north to the jungle.
into the jungle. Then we're going to swim across the river here. So we're going to go here.
Yeah, cool.
So I have to take on that, which, as we've just worked out, is. So this one, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Frank dies.
Sorry, Frank.
My leader gets injured, but doesn't get injured.
It's tired.
Yeah.
Gets tired.
Yeah.
And this one goes to the infirmary.
Yeah. You've got yourself a
And
brand
I've
new
got
iron
myself.
jaw.
Oh, is it safe to put it here?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Hopefully he's caged up. And everything.
So that's that done, and now I get to do this.
Yeah, you get 2 jungle
So I get
explorations.
to take 2 jungle explorations. Right now, you two both took the bottom spaces, didn't you?
Because we wanted the artifact.
Yeah, it all depends whether you need that artifact.
And that artifact for me
Is it the purple one?
is the purple one, which is this one.
That's your leader. Dino Rider.
So that would give me my Dino Rider.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
And what's that going to do?
But your Dino Rider is a raptor. It's classed as a tame raptor,
Yeah.
but it means that this captain's officer perk becomes a hell of a lot more useful because now you can spend glowberries to move him around,
Right.
and therefore your placing leader, it becomes a lot more useful and not tied up.
Okay. What's this one? That's dinosaur. I don't know what the
gain a dinosaur from a temple that's revealed. So you either gain a raptor or a
Oh,
shipwreck.
okay.
So the more temples that are revealed, the more options you can get, which is a nice progression mechanic in there.
And I'm not sure what I'm spending these for. I mean, I want to tame them.
You don't spend, the only ones you spend are the shield heads to do landmarks.
Oh, okay.
That's the
Right,
only one.
that's
As
it.
far as I'm aware, the rest of it for taming. And actually, Paul, at the end of the game, you don't really get rewarded for hoarding lots of dinosaurs.
So having dinosaurs in your ranch is not.
Yeah.
You want to tame them.
Yeah, like in episode 2, you were rewarded for like sets of captured dinos, whereas in this, you kind of want the ones you need to do the job.
I will say there are end game point multipliers that you can earn throughout the game. So there is loads
Like
of
goals and things
like
like
we
that.
don't
Reward.
have.
So that one is tame a raptor for free,
Yes.
but I don't have a raptor.
That's
Problematic.
Yeah, you got one.
Yeah,
there.
you got one
I
right.
do. That one right there,
Yeah. Derek the Raptor.
Derek.
Tame me.
But I don't have any presents up here.
No, when Jungle hasn't scored assembly yet. So did you want to start getting in on some of this?
I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the gatherer's shelter. Oh, no, that was what started there.
Yeah.
Gatherer's shelter that goes there. That goes to the bottom.
Yeah.
I am going to place a settlement there,
Yeah. You get Glober in food.
and I get a glowberry and some food.
Yep.
Right.
Now you've got 2 presents in Jungle.
Oh, because that. Yes.
That and that.
So that's my primary action.
Uh-huh.
So my secondary action is doing a thing on here or using a perk of one of these. Oh, I get a ranger.
You do.
Because I've got a
don't
boot
forget
card.
that, yeah.
I get a ranger. But interestingly, that comes after you've dealt with the dinosaur that's there. Yeah. You have to have the combat, and then after the combat, as I'm doing the tiles, I then get the ranger.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's done in that step.
Yeah.
I forgot to get my food for placing your dice. Oh, no, I think it's when you place your dice, yeah.
I gave you a
No.
food last round. I
No,
don't know.
it's fine. It's when you place yours, I think. That's what
I don't want to remove these cubes. These cubes are cool.
It is an interesting dynamic that you want to keep them there, but you also want to use them.
Yeah, you want to score, don't you?
Yeah.
And if you remove them, you're less chance of
So I
scoring.
can't do that because I don't have a tame dinosaur. So
There we are.
forget that.
So that's, yeah.
I can't do that because I haven't got any cubes on it.
Yeah, you're blue, aren't you? Yeah.
I could remove these cubes because I've got 4 presents in here. So I don't. Oh no, that's not presents.
Yeah,
is it?
no.
No. This is something
It's a
completely
different scoring mechanism.
So
So
these 2 cubes here mean I'm getting
winning
the most
that
for
officer.
and that's actually
Yeah.
really good for me.
yeah, so maybe you don't want
So I
to,
don't want to do that.
unless you've got a way of putting them back on again.
Let's do this one. I'm going to spend a cube off the chief mate. Spend a food.
Yeah.
Here you go, chief mate. Have some bananas. So I take one of these.
Take a ranch tile.
I add it, and I get to activate that tile.
Yeah.
Oh,
Choices.
it's
Choices.
just giving me a million more choices. So I could have any of these.
Yeah.
JP's excited.
I mean, there is so many of them, but I don't know what the radio station does. Spend 2 glowberries to something. You might want to look that one up, unless you know what it does.
I think it's check a zone, which has your dice or leader in it,
Yeah.
and then influence
And get 2
the
influences.
officer with 2 cubes, I believe.
That seems really good.
I will double check that. Just reading the.
This is also, I think, quite good. And it can go on any of these spaces.
Yeah, you can customize that how you want. That's the nice bit about your.
I think the Civic Centre is good for me. Is that choose a zone? Yeah, what does the Civic Centre do?
Yeah.
Because it looks like settlement in the city or settlement on a landmark.
Quite often that symbols are you get
In a
to
zone.
do
Yeah.
both.
So in a zone, for every settlement in the city and landmark, you score a follower.
Yeah.
So I should have put that there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can then just keep activating it and basically spamming it for followers.
That's basically 2 followers.
Yeah, this is
isn't it?
basically spend 2 glowberries to influence an officer in a zone where you have your leader or coloured dice. That's what that means.
So, because you can, when can you place your leader here?
It's the captain's perk.
Right, because that used to be a secondary action.
Mm-hmm.
It's not now.
No.
Yeah, not unless you spend it. But it is a free one apart from the influence cube, whereas all the other ones pretty much have a cost involved.
Right, got it. Yeah, I'm taking one of these, aren't I? I mean, I do have a lot of wounded people in the infirmary, but getting 6 healing points seems
It's a lot.
a bit of an overkill.
And you've already got 4 down there on the bottom row, haven't you?
I've got a 4. I've got a heal for 4
Yeah.
here. So let's take this one. Let's take this remote farm. So I take this and I'm going to put it here. Because I've put it here, there is a covering bonus of 3 followers.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to activate it because that's what am I doing? Lost track of what I'm doing.
You've
This.
this ranch.
So it's place it and activate it.
Yeah.
And activating it says
In the jungle,
in the jungle
you can activate this top bonus again.
and get another food.
Yes, you get
So
2
that's
food.
another
in the
2 food.
And a globe.
Oh, you're all about.
I have loads of food.
You've got so much food.
I didn't need
You
all
should
that.
be training raptors.
To be honest, food is quite helpful, I've found it.
Training raptors is
Because it's food and rangers, tiring rangers and food. So,
yeah.
So that could be a way of you getting.
And how do I get more raptors? Here.
Yeah, defeating them on the board mostly.
Yeah.
Raptor Temple.
Okay.
There's rife. They're rife with raptors.
Well, that's my secondary action done,
Yeah.
and that's it. I'm not on an adventure, so that moves to there.
I'm in a
Oh,
quandary.
this needs to slide
Oh,
down.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a quandary whether to trigger assembly or not.
So you'll trigger an assembly if you put a dice here or here, and that would trigger an assembly
Yeah.
in that zone.
It's obviously I probably don't want to trigger downtown. It's not really going to benefit me. But triggering military would. Because at the minute, I'm the one that's only got
You've
any
got
presence
what?
there. Yeah.
Oh, and I've got one as well.
Ah, okay.
That's
So I could
But
influence.
if you put your dice
Yeah,
in,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I could win out.
okay.
Maybe.
Looking at the choice of dice I've got left, I might leave
Let me have a
those.
look. So the
Yeah.
2 tame dinos, 2 I've got enough rangers, so I think I need to get on the adventuring. You know. Which one? Kind of worried. about.
Yeah, because the sooner you go on it,
Yeah, you kind of run out of.
it's free
steam,
progression,
don't you?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that should come back.
Yeah.
Come on, Jack.
Okay, so
Wake
we'll
up.
do that. And a raptor is a tame thunderhorn. Might be worth doing first. And then get that and then do that. This is what happens in games like this. You just monologue to yourself, don't you?
Yeah, we're not listening to you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So this guy has to be a ship.
I've got an artifact on here. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
I'll show you what
Obviously,
it is.
if you want to show
It's
me.
this one.
That one.
I need
there.
to find that.
That one there.
Under here. It'll be the exploration tiles off hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, pretty sure of that one as well.
Okay.
So it's going to take a while to get that.
And where is that visually? It's
I
not.
don't think it does actually.
It doesn't show you visually.
Okay.
But it does on the tile, but obviously
So I could ask that
Yeah.
they put that icon on the back of these, maybe.
it would help.
Yeah, fine.
Because they've done it for the adventure cards and
Yeah.
they've done it for because that when
Unless they
you first
need it
play,
to be
Yeah, because I'm looking for it and I can't
Yeah.
see this icon anywhere.
I think for your first play it's a bit tricky. So
There we go.
that's fine.
Feedback given.
Yeah, feedback given. Right, assembly would give me 4 followers, but I think then I'll trigger that, which is not great for me right now. So I think I'm going to go for this.
There we are.
Yeah,
So you fight a raptor,
I fight a raptor, and I'm going to use my Thunderhorn.
Thunderhorn. So it's just
Tire him.
Thunderhorn or higher gets tired.
Yeah.
And you get an island resource and you get 1 follower.
Yeah.
And you have now captured that raptor, which comes from Andy's special supply of raptors.
Can I have
There
a
we
special
go.
raptor, please?
There we go.
Thank you. And I get a artifact. You get 3 more followers. Okay, let's sort that out.
That was from
From that
that. Yes.
temple. Second reaction. Could do that again. What do we need to take another Thunderhorn?
Thunderhorn is 3 rangers.
Yeah.
1 gets injured, 1 gets tired, 1 dies. Or 2 tamed dinosaurs of anything. 1 gets injured, 1 gets tired.
Resource. That's bad news, bears. Okay, fine. I can't do that then. I will potentially. Let's do. No, I might place my leader. Yeah, let's do that. Can I take the red cube off captain, please?
So you can take the red cube off the captain,
Yeah.
and you're going to use the ability, which is to place your leader, or if your leader was on a dinosaur, move them.
Yeah.
Is that right?
So I'm going to put.
And placing
Put a
your
leader
leader here
Is that
allows you to do 2 of the things.
Yeah. So.
Could you also now spend a Thunderhorn to do 3 or not?
Correct, but I don't think so. I think
It
it's
was
my prime reaction.
my understanding that you place a dice or leader or the
Dice Thunderhorn.
Yeah, dice or
It's a
Thunderhorn in
dice-
your primary action.
It's place dice and then place a Thunderhorn with it to boost it.
Okay, so when you place your leader, it is just 2 of the 3 things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will tame a
We'll
raptor.
get Victor to confirm that.
I'll tame that raptor. No, I really want to.
Just thinking, because if your Thunderhorn was already there, maybe you got 3.
That's a good
Maybe.
point, actually. I haven't
Yeah, we'll ask
considered
Victor.
I think you're right.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I never considered that.
Mm.
I think I need one of these. Okay, fine. We'll take this one. And put 3, 4. Like early, I'm gonna over
Yeah.
egg it.
So it's 3. Well, it has to be a minimum 4.
Oh yeah, it's minimum.
It's
4.
3 plus
Plus
1 or
unit.
more.
Yeah. This guy would be tamed, or I do the heals and get 2 more rangers. Yeah, I think I will tame. That's better. So there we go. That is my second reaction. Then I do my adventure, which is place a settlement into the wilderness. I think this one.
Oh, right, yeah. And get the bonus or not?
No.
No.
This one makes sense because my cartographer says 7, so just having presence.
Oh,
there
that's
would-
right. Okay.
It's kind of makes sense to do that. And then roll for threat. So Can I have the threat dice, please?
See if anybody dies.
No. Lucky roll.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
I think you're halfway through the game.
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. That is it. Halfway, 50% done.
But actually, it feels like you've accomplished quite a few things.
You do get a lot done.
Yeah.
And on your turns.
It's because your secondary action is a lot more meaningful
It
in
is.
this one than on the previous one, I think.
Mm-hmm. You get so much more power. I mean, I'm not even gone down the ranch.
Yeah.
Even though in my head I said, do more ranch. And I haven't.
It's still a workout.
It's just the way it's gone. The goals and everything.
There we are. So, as happens with new games sometimes, I've made a bit of a mess up here.
Oh, no.
All I've done is, because I put an extra person over there, is that I've now only got one person here, and that is not enough to do what I want to do, which is explore.
I mean, I'm sad.
I can see the tear just slowly rolling down your cheek.
I can hear some really tiny violins playing in the background. Other than that.
So what I'm going to have to do is something that I don't really want to do, because this isn't an option. I have to take a dice, which is not very good. Which means I've got to make your guys' presents a little bit better. Which is annoying.
Do like presents.
Yeah. I thought you did.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Remind me, I get the feeling there's one space around here that gives you an island resource. I'm a little bit low on those. Is it just that one?
Pounds.
Is it that
Market Square, you can get 2.
Yeah. I think then what I'm going to do.
What are the island resources this time?
No.
Who knows?
Bones.
Random stuff.
Bits, yeah.
Right, I won't hold up the game anymore. I will just take.
Victor is saying you can only use Thunderhorns in the city on your primary action, not with the captain.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for confirming.
Yeah, good to know.
Once they're already in there, though, would that then?
No,
Right,
it's on the placement.
got you. Right, placement.
Once they're placed, they will help with your majority,
Yeah.
your presence. But other than that, I think that's all they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
can only
what I do.
recall them using that captain steward perk,
Which is recall the dino.
or triggering the assembly.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so
Hence why I went there, because it's close to triggering, and
It is.
yeah. I actually really wanted to go on an adventure this round. There we go.
let's not mess about. I think I'm just going to trigger an assembly. I think.
What in
So,
downtown?
In military, which is going to suit you down to the ground.
It is.
So I'm going to. Oh wait, can I
Which die
actually
do
do
you
that?
use?
Oh no, that
Well,
means I'd
that-
have to spend 2 lots of dice to change it, and use someone from another colour. So
Wow.
that might mean that I don't do that.
You could lose 6 followers to do this.
That sounds rough. That
So-
doesn't sound ideal.
Just to clarify, for those people watching, you would be using somebody else's dice,
Yeah,
which would cost you
Paranoid.
2 glow
2
breeds
glow
or
breeds
3
or 3
followers.
followers. You'd then have to change the dice to something else,
Yeah,
which would cost you another 3 followers or 2 glow breeds.
yeah. It's not ideal, whatever way you look at it.
It's not ideal, but
Okay.
and if you
I
placed
can see.
mine, we'd both have 2 presents,
Which means we would tie on
which means we
primary.
tie and we'd both get the best result. So you
Which
don't
is
want
great
that,
for
do
us.
you?
Yeah, that seems amazing
No,
to
you
me.
don't want I thought in the original one, if 2 people tied, they got the second place.
Yeah, they've changed it so
They've changed it. It's all friendly ties.
Friendly ties now.
all the way. Probably to simplify it,
Yeah.
so it's the same.
Right. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna have to go over there and just get some island resources. I think. to
From
be
the
able to
Market
spend
Square?
them. Yeah.
So you've
We'll do that
got
one.
currently 2 presents, and I've got 2.
Yeah.
So
So
you don't
I'm
wanna
gonna
place
have
one
to
of my
put in
dice.
JP's.
Yeah, but that's
basically.
actually okay because you're only now you don't have to change
Exactly.
it because that's a
That was
book.
my next question. So it's a book, but I've spent JP's now. I could spend followers, but I've got plenty of glow breeze, so I'm
2
going to
glow
spend.
breeds to use somebody else's dice.
Yeah.
That means I actually get some scoring off this.
You're
There
going
we
to
go.
take
Thanks, mate.
I'm probably going to take 2 island resources, but I'm just looking at the options there. Spend a scrap to get 2 supplies and a.
a raptor.
That's quite a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how you can get
I can take
raptors.
2 of those. Right, so I'm going to get 2
Oh, yeah.
resources. So I will get the 2 island
On the raptor
resources
shop.
because that's
Yeah,
what I
Victor has
need to-
confirmed if your Thunderhorn is already at a spot, you don't get a
Yeah.
third action. So yeah, it is only placing it.
Got
Okay.
it. That kind of makes sense.
Yep.
And then yeah, I think I will do that. So I'll spend a scrap
Yep, to get 2 supply crates
to get 2 supply crates
and a raptor.
and a
Look
rock.
at those supply crates.
There we go. And I'll put one on my upgraded one, and I'll pop one over here. I think.
Nearly maxed
So
that.
primary action done.
primary action done. Now, because the problem is, by going there, I still don't have enough to explore with my dinos, but on the flip side, it means that I can do this supply action. And since I've just got topped up, I'm going to treat myself to
I wonder what you're going to do.
using 2 supply trays from my middle row
to
gain 1 of these, heal 4, but I've only got 2 that need healing, so there we are. I then get 2 more rangers and a shield head, please, Paul.
Look at all those rangers.
So I've gone from having 1 to then having way more than I can possibly
How have you
use.
just done that?
So this bit
ranch.
here is just about set up my ranch. It happens to
you've
be
triggered all 3 of them by
you
spending
trigger all
2.
3. Well, I've still got to do my
I
influence.
wonder where that's going.
So I wonder where that might be going.
Because that's the assembly zone.
So what is the bonus for that one? Can I just
The assembly,
Yeah.
it is tamed dinos.
tame dino? So I've got 3. It's not that big a bonus, is it? So I ought to just go with the thing I think I'm going to use most, which is this one here.
Okay.
So I'll go with that one there, and that is my secondary action. But
Adventures first.
adventure and assembly. So I think assembly is the last thing that
Adventure
triggers.
first, yeah.
Adventure first. So for starters, I gain a Thunderhorn, please.
Thunderhorn.
And on this occasion, because I didn't really go for it, I haven't got the matching cartographer, so I
So you
don't get the bonus.
Right.
And now I've got a
People
roll.
get injured.
You've already
That's
got that artifact anyway, haven't you? So,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So 4. No, that one's fine. And a 3 is dead. Or injured, sorry. So there we go. He goes there.
And then
These
that's
ones
another
come
adventure
back.
done.
And that is another adventure gun. Now with this one here,
It's
because
not an artifact, it's a ranch.
yes, because I didn't need the artifact from that one, I
Right.
get the one with a different end bonus. So that one is just the ranch. I don't gain the bonus for it. I don't get to activate it as well.
No.
So
Probably bonus though.
yeah, if I want to do
Mm.
it, I will do when I do a wilderness action. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that one looks quite nice. I will go for the Shieldhead Island Resource and
The herbivore.
Herbivore hand.
thank you very much, because I seem to be having a problem with island resources this time, and I'm going to pop it.
That is a question for our American viewers.
What?
Because they don't pronounce herbs, they
No,
pronounce them
herbs.
herbs. So is that an herbivore?
Is that herbivore?
Or do they pronounce the H in herbivore, but not in herb? I don't know.
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Answers on a postcard.
So I'm going to cover up one of these, and I guess, actually thinking about it, I'm going to put it on this one as well, just because I'm greedy. I get to influence an officer. So I get to influence another
I
one.
love it.
I guess I'll do this one again, just to double down on it. Wait there, sorry, one moment.
Check secret goal.
Check which officer I might score at the end of the game. Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
right.
Like that. It makes
And it
sense as
splits as well. So, yeah, so that one there, that one's put down there. The one-time bonus was to influence, so I've done
so,
that
yeah.
one there.
Now we have an assembly. So in the end of turn checks,
Yeah.
That one's now
That one's done.
complete.
we have an assembly here in downtown
downtown.
because there are 3 dice. So those 3 dice.
Well, leave them there at the minute.
Oh,
So the values don't really matter. So
Presents.
Presents. So
Blue's got 2, green's got 2, red's got 1.
you both tie in first place. 4
So
followers.
we both
each.
get 4 followers.
Yeah. I'm weirdly second place thanks to Curly.
Thanks to,
Putting me in.
Second place, super friendly ties.
Yeah, and I will.
You get 1 follower and a crate.
Great.
Then, because of that icon, we cycle this a bit.
Maybe that might be quite good. Let's go in there. Yeah. So that refreshes the ranch offer.
Yep.
And then we do our
And then we do the captain. So we've both got the same influence on.
Yeah.
So we both get the full value, which is 1 follower per tamed raptor and
Yeah.
per 2 tamed shield heads.
So I have, unfortunately,
I have
only got.
2 tamed shield heads, so I get 1.
I also get 1.
and 2 points for each tamed Thunderhead or Thunderhorn or Iron Jaw. Right.
Okay. So I just get the 1 for my 3 that I've got.
If they'd just called it Thundercat, I would have got you.
Try not to have the ACDC in your head when you say Thunderhorn as well.
Okay, these go back.
So, freeing up some options and changing things around, which is good.
And that's our second assembly done.
Yeah.
Is it?
Right. So
Quick.
my round 4. I had plans.
Have they been ruined?
No, I'd forgotten what they were.
No.
I've got all this food. We've worked out that food is good for building more settlements.
Yeah.
And I like building settlements.
Good for training raptors.
It's also good for training raptors, but I only have 1 raptor.
Yeah.
And that location is train 3 raptors.
Top dinos. Tame
Sorry,
3
tame
dinos
3
of
dinos.
any type, yeah.
And the cost of taming one of these is...
It's
On
you
your
surrender
board.
a ranger, spend a scrap, and
I don't have any scrap.
library, yeah.
Wow.
They are mighty expensive.
They are.
Mad expensive.
Oh,
Oh,
indeed.
they're mad, aren't they? They're absolutely mad.
But then they are pretty powerful, to be fair. So
But we've worked out that removing a cube from here allows me to place my leader into an area and get to do 2 actions. And that's a good thing. Because this isn't getting me very much.
Yeah.
So I think I want to do that. There's also this, which is healing, which is also quite good. And then there's going on an adventure. But I've only got 2 people. That's not enough, is it? It's nowhere near enough. I need more. I mean, that's how I get more. Oh, but if I get more, I can then go on an adventure.
yes,
Sorted.
and you can heal stuff as well. So
Yeah.
Except I don't have a backpack.
you could always spend followers or globries.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to spend 2 glowberries to take one of my dice and turn it into a backpack and put it there.
Cool.
I know what I need to do.
Right, then I am going to gain 2 rangers and I've got 2 points of healing.
Yeah.
So we'll get back. We're going to leave Jeff.
Good old Jeff.
Jeff's still got a cold. I'm not feeling very well.
I don't know.
Why are you healing that dinosaur? Why aren't you giving me paracetamol? Right,
How many things I want to do?
done that. Now, I could. Now that I've got the rangers, so I can't do that. I could. No, I can't do that. Oh no, I can. No, I can't because I haven't got any. Can I do that?
Can I do that?
I can do that and I can do that. So I could tame these 2.
Or an adventure. So it's just down
Or
to
an
which one
adventure.
you
I haven't
to.
been on an adventure yet. Oh. I can't go with any of these.
But then these ones, the symbol you get off it is pretty good anyway. If you want to.
Yeah. Now, where am I? I'm on number 7. The card for number 7 has already gone, hasn't it?
Probably gone. Unless
Yeah, it might not have
got it.
even revealed yet.
No, I think you did it.
I've done 5
Oh, you did
and
3.
3.
Yeah, okay.
Might be under here.
Yeah, it might not
There's
be
another one there,
It
no?
might not be on
Okay.
there yet.
Right.
Oh no, I've got it.
You got it. I
Is
thought
it
somebody
Dundle
got
7,
it.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's me.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
why I went in here. That's
No, I'm gonna tame, and it is tame 3 dinos,
fine. Anytime.
but I'm just gonna tame 2.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend a glowberry,
Shield head.
tame the shield head. I've done it too late. Okay, so that's now tamed, and I'm gonna use a food, and one of my rangers gets tired. Hey boy. Tame one of these little raptors. Okay, right. And now, so my secondary, I was going to do this. I've got to do it. Yeah, so I'm going to use my influence with the captain to place my leader in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows me to do 2 of these actions.
Not to tip you, but just keep in mind you're doing the assembly this round.
I am about to do the assembly here.
There, yeah.
And
But-
that one's already triggered.
Yeah, but I can't.
No, I'm in the way.
Oh, he's in the way.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But
If I place my leader here, that leader is not. He's going to be there for quite a while.
unless you get him as a
exactly.
dino rider. And
At
then you
which
can
point
move
he's
them
going to
around
come back.
You move him around
You
with
just
that
move
same
them.
action.
with the captain's perk. So this is what I did in my last game. I froze my leader out
Locked
for
him in.
most of the game until the end.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We're going to do
Once you
this
got
because
away.
there's stuff here that I want to do.
Absolutely. Sometimes you need to do it.
I can't remember what I wanted to do here, but there was definitely stuff here that I wanted to do.
That's fair.
Or maybe there isn't. Your leader can't go up here anymore, can he? It's just...
Once you get him in as a
As
dino,
a dino rider,
yeah.
you can, because it's... Yeah, okay. So that is use a thing, and then use 2 settlements that you've got
yeah.
in there. I mean, that's placed loads of things on the board.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Let's
if I
do
know
that
Paul, it's going to be over
Yeah.
there. So
And I'm going to do those 2 things. So I'm going to spend a food to place 2 settlements.
Mhm.
Oh, well, obviously, one goes there.
Yeah.
That means I've now got
You got
the
majority.
majority. And this one has to
Wow.
go in a different one. And I get to put an influence on the one that it's going in.
but you could do that in either order. So it's basically put 2 down and
Yeah.
throw in a different one.
Yeah, as long as the influence cube goes on 1.
Yeah, true. So let's put it
Well, that changes things.
here.
Really
So
wants
so
that.
the influence can either be
That one or the military one.
Yeah, the chief mate or the
Um,
chief steward.
Chief Steward.
Okay.
Okay,
That's cheeky.
so that was my second reaction, was place a leader, do 2 of those, did that and that, put those down. That's my second reaction done.
Yeah.
Adventure stage resolution, no. End
No.
of turn checks. That moves to there, and we have an assembly here.
Regain your tired soldier first. He comes back and now you do trigger assembly.
So assembly here is assembly number 3.
3. Yeah.
I have 3 presents. So I get 6 followers.
You do. I'm second.
You are second. So
2
you
and
get
a
2 followers and a crate. Now, that icon there says, I don't know,
Which one?
that.
Let's
It
refresh
looks
the
like-
adventure offer and put the remaining landmarks out. That one.
Right, okay. So refresh the adventure offer means get rid of those bottom 2, I'm going to guess. Slide everything down. Let's pop that one on the bottom of there. Pop that one on the bottom of the jungle.
You've done my
And we
favourite.
put these out. So these are,
The in-game scoring.
and we do a random side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they work the same mechanically. It's just you're fueling an end-game scoring condition.
So the museum comes out. The theatre.
Okay, so that was 2 artifacts. You get 3 VP, or
Okay.
3 followers.
Every settlement in the city.
Yeah.
King.
I wonder who's going for that one.
well, we might need to stop him on that
The
one.
reservoir. Points for stuff left over.
Which you do get anyway, so it's a double up,
Right. And the obstacle course.
which is adventures.
Are they the same name on both sides? No, they're not. They are different names on both sides. Right. But they're all related to the
Yeah.
terrain that they're on.
Yeah, they're all coloured to the area.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, right.
well, I know what I'm doing.
No
And
one
then-
went for the city strategy in our game, did they? So
No.
it's interesting to see
Good
people
to
go
see
for
it.
that one.
Yeah, we all got excited by the wilderness, didn't
Yeah,
we?
we
When-
did, yeah.
Let's go.
I still am, to be fair.
Yeah, still quite cool. So, nice to have some dice back.
We're halfway through the game. 4 actions each. 4 turns each left.
Yeah.
Frank is still in hospital. No, it's Jeff. Frank died. Poor Frank.
Or
Are all the field heads called Sharon or something?
Could be.
Okay. Don't really care about that because I know we're gonna do that one. Fine. Okay. Back to me, yeah.
Mm.
Let's go in here and let's put Thunderhorn.
So you get to do all 3 actions.
Yeah. Actually, do I want to get in on that? Maybe I do. Maybe I need to contest you. Sorry, I will go in. You're getting a bit too big for your boots, Paul, so we're going to try and stop you a little bit. So I'm going to do all 3 of those. So I'm going to activate a ranch tile or a cultivation kind of bonus warehouse
Or
settlement.
2 different
2 different.
cultivation
Which
bonuses.
is not great because I've only got 1 settlement out there. So I can't do that twice.
No.
So I think the ranch tile makes sense to me. Oh, this leader comes back because that's triggered.
Oh, that triggered, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think this makes sense. I'm going to just influence an officer. I think this one's good. Let's do that. Or did I want to do a different one?
So that was that.
No. Let's do. Sorry, chief engineer. Yeah. Well, that's that. Then we get to put settlement. I will spend the food because I'm going to do both, obviously. So that's the food cost.
So 2 settlements down and an influence with the officer in one of them.
Yeah. So I think I need to get involved in there. And possibly this one. Actually, that can be my the one I did off that settlement, and I'll put the original one.
Okay,
That's okay. Forgot I'm putting another one down. That's primary action done.
That's all of those. So primary action done.
Yeah. Now I've got a choice. I either it's not a choice because I haven't got a shield head. It's an easy choice. All right. Perk. Secondary action. I haven't got an iron resource either. Oh, no, this has all gone wrong. That's fine. Maybe I do some ranch stuff. Food cost as well.
Where's that?
Oh no, this has gone terribly wrong, isn't it? Yeah, because you need maybe do place leader because I've got my leader back. Yeah, fine. Leader's going over here. Oh, no, I can't do that because I've not got an influence cube there. Oh, I don't think I can do a perk because I've got no shield head to do that one.
Yeah.
You got any food?
No.
No food. Return a...
Oh, that might be worth doing.
I mean, it is... return a tame dino, which you don't have to do.
And I can treat, which is not helpful.
Have 1 point of healing and go on an adventure, but you can't go on an adventure because you're already on one. So that would be 1 point of healing.
No point.
Which is no point.
So ranch then.
So you could do that and get nothing.
What was it you were saying about crime for me last time?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
Basically, I'm silly and I should have done different things. So I will do... Let's get some... Let's go for all 3 of these. Can I have a food, please, Curly? And
You may.
2 more cubes.
Okay.
Thank you. Right. What's going to trigger soon? That one is... I think this one makes sense.
Where's all of these cubes coming from?
Yeah, I'm preparing. I'm just preparing for stuff. It's actually not what I wanted to do. There we go. That's me. And now I do this one.
Yeah.
So I can activate a settlement in the wilderness and get its bonus. So this is the only one I've got. So I can have another food and a glowberry.
You may.
And I get a...
And because you're on 7...
Because I'm on 7.
You get to place a cube and get
2
the
more
glowberries.
glowberries.
Wow.
And influence an officer.
They do bounce.
They are very squidgy and...
Squidgy berries.
You calm it down with
Wow.
Double down on that. That was a good influencing turn.
It was.
Yeah.
And then we need to roll for threat. So I need the threat die 2. So if I get under 3.
On both.
Safe. Safe.
2 6s.
Could write it, could you really?
Buy a lottery ticket on the way in, JP.
And then this flows and
You get some fancy red artifacts.
which is 2 followers and my infirmaries.
Infirmary upgrade.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, right. And that was your 5th turn.
That was my 5th turn.
Okay.
3 more to go.
I'm gonna go over here. Do that one. And I'm gonna be a little bit weird. I'm gonna tame 2 raptors for free. No, I could tame a 3rd raptor, but actually I need the Thunderhorn. So I'm going to pay an island resource and 2 glowberries.
Calm down on exploration. It's interesting, isn't it? We've done mainly city stuff.
Thunderhorn. So I'm now going to tame these. This is the one I'm going to use straight away. So there we go. I'll put the raptors on in a minute. And then I'm going to go on an adventure. So the adventure that I want requires a tamed Thunderhorn,
It does.
which is why I wanted to do it. So I wanted to do that. So I'm going to move that one there.
You like your options.
I do. So then I put my Thunderhorn on there, and 2 of any type, and I seem to have accidentally gained
two units.
2 units of any kind. So
You're
I'm
not sending
actually,
any people out, just
No.
lots of dinosaurs.
I assume I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, units.
Um,
They're sentient now.
I'm just wondering whether I will need a Bronto at some point. You know what it's like, you spend it and then it's... No, we'll go with those. Actually, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to send a person as well for the same reasons as before. There we go. So there's that bit done. That's my primary action. I'll do that bit in a minute. And then for my secondary action, I'm going to spend a perk from over here, or spend an influence from over there to do the perk, and pay an island resource to do a dino on this bit. Now, the dino on this bit will be this one of these 2 new raptors here to, I think,
Where are you going?
over to here.
Okay. So you've got to take on an Iron Jaw.
I'm going to take on an Iron Jaw. So in order to take on an Iron Jaw, I believe you lose a lot of people.
It's 2 Rangers.
No, shield head. It's basic.
Yeah.
You injure a shield head.
Injure a shield head.
Surrender a ranger and injure a ranger.
So the shield head, it doesn't have to be tamed.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And it's injured.
Okay. Good job I had a spare one then, because I
Yeah.
was not calculating that. There we go. So I'll put that
And
one
then
there.
a Ranger is injured.
So he is, or I could put my lead.
And then the Ranger dies.
Okay. I'm thinking I might use my leader as the infirmary one. I don't think I'm planning on using that one. So that one goes there and that
Yeah,
one dies.
that one dies.
There we go.
Or you
So
could
that was
use
lucky.
2 Raptors. Two trained Raptors
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah, I don't have those. There we are. So I now get this Iron Jaw. Does seem like an awful lot of effort.
And you want the Jungle Exploration tiles.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I can choose to have
2 things I want to do on my turn.
the infirmary upgrade, which for the way I'm going at the minute is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Or I can go for a settlement. I think I'm going to have to go for the infirmary upgrade. So with the infirmary upgrade, I can choose to do an adventure, which if I knew that beforehand would not have spent so much effort trying to get an adventure. So I won't do that one, so I'll do this one, which is a Thunderhorn Untamed, and I can heal 1.
So you're doing the bottom to get the
I'm
artifact.
doing the bottom one, so that one's healed, so he comes back to there.
Yeah.
This one goes down here, cover bonus of 1 follower.
Ooh.
So, well, hey, someone was impressed with that one. So if I could have a Thunderhorn, please.
Yo.
Thank you very much.
And,
I've already done my heal, so it's just the artifact, which for me gives me my infirmary upgrade, which is not a bad idea at this stage.
Okay.
And there we go. Now, that's the end of my secondary action. Could you pop that one?
underneath.
Thank you very much. Then I'll just do this one here. So I roll the dice, and it is a 6+, unfortunately. So almost certain. Yeah,
There.
someone's gone.
Injured.
Injured.
So we'll go with this one.
But there is room for them now.
Yeah,
There is room
you
for them now,
freed up the
thankfully.
hospital.
And I get an influence an officer and a food.
Where? Oh, the first one. Yeah.
The first one.
I
There we go.
see. I thought he was on.
I
the-
moved it first.
That's fine. It was an-
So the influence the officer. Again, I haven't got any island resources to do that again, so I'm going to go ahead and
How many jungle
pop that on
explorations
the
have we had?
captain, please.
We've had 1, 2.
Yeah, this one technically you did it, but of course you don't put the
You don't
influence
put-
oh,
on that.
that's why.
So
So,
It's on the 9th position, I think, on the jungle.
we've got
Ah.
to go.
right, okay.
Same with this.
But that was on the 7th.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Quicker to get the swamp done.
And there we are. I think I'm done.
Well, I know what I wanted to do, but I think I'm going to go here.
Thought you might.
Yeah.
You weren't, I was.
So I spent the food, put 2 more settlements.
Means to get the Thunderhorn back, though, so thanks, Paul.
So I've got to go there and there. And
Oh, Jungle Mark adventure.
Oh, yeah. This one's for position 11.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know they had double ups. The one I'm currently on is 11 as well.
Not in here at all, so let's get in there.
There we are.
Okay, so I've done that. Right, second reaction. So I think my second reaction is going to be this. Oh no, I can't because I haven't got. Oh no, I do. I do have an island
Yeah,
resource.
this is my problem.
Yeah, my problem too.
I have
actually.
an issue with
But
this.
that's a tamed dinosaur. So it could be anything.
Yeah, well, this is place a tame dinosaur in the wilderness. So
Yeah.
do replace the dino action, yeah.
So
So you've
if
got
I've
options,
got
isn't it?
this correctly, yeah, we're going to place that one there. And we're going to capture that raptor using these two. One gets injured, one dies. So I've captured that. Oh. And then we're going to place, I think, could you trigger 2 assemblies in the same round?
I suppose it could be possible.
Yeah, you
I mean, I could, because if
Yeah.
if I've just revealed that,
yeah,
If,
theoretically.
if you did a place a dino as your primary and then you use the cat chief of securities perk to do it again,
we will ask. We'll
Yeah,
ask. We'll ask
yeah.
Victor, can you trigger 2 assemblies in the same turn? Because theoretically, it's possible
it's possible.
with that.
Unless there's a limitation that stops. But
So I'm going to reveal these 2.
yes,
Okay, there you go. Simple answer, yes.
yes you can.
Now then. So we've already had the assembly for scoring in the swamp.
Swamp's done.
We are about to have the assembly for scoring in the jungle.
Which is
And
not
I
quite-
currently have 3.
And I have 2. Curly has 1.
So I don't necessarily need another one.
No, Curly's got 2. It's
What
this
about
little
yours?
sneaky raptor.
Oh, sneaky raptor hiding
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With a green saddle hiding in the trees.
Yeah.
In the jungle. Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Oh. Right. He's about to come back.
Yeah, your leader's coming back.
Because that artifact for me.
You outnumber me anyway here, don't you?
Yeah, he's on 3. Yeah. You're second on. Well, we're joint second.
These never come back, do they?
If you recall them using the chief
Oh,
securities.
yeah, but they don't.
No.
Not
normally
easily.
come- Right,
No.
okay.
It's whether you want them to as well. It's the
Yeah, because
I mean,
presents,
like
aren't they?
these guys, they're not really doing anything anymore. It's
Yeah.
just scored.
Yeah.
Done. So
I've got an option of putting an extra 1 in here, which all it does is cost you 5 points. It's quite a lot there. I think I might take that one.
He was tired. He comes.
I'm going to take that one. So
you
that
get
goes.
island resource
Yeah,
bonus.
so I get an island resource
Uh-huh.
as a bonus.
Yeah.
That goes to the bottom of the stack. And I am going to choose the bottom option. So I get
Get shield head.
that artifact,
Oh yeah.
which goes on there.
Switchy Dino Rider. Dino Rider.
Now, does that mean he comes back straight away?
Your Dino Rider switches position.
Yeah. So I don't, because I don't want him to come back straight away.
He don't come back. He comes back at the end of assembly.
Okay.
So he's still got majority.
Yeah.
Still, yeah, it's fine.
And I get that stuff.
Yeah. Shield head and an injured
So I
shield
get
head.
a shield head
Uh-huh.
and a tamed
Tamed
injured
injured.
shield head.
That's useful.
Right. So that's that done. That was my second reaction. Adventure. I'm not on an adventure. And now,
It's time for some assembly.
end step, we have assembly number 4
Yeah.
is here.
I think you might have won that one
So I've got 1,
Just
2,
slightly.
3, 4, 5, 6 presents.
against my 3.
So I get 7 followers.
I might get 2.
How many do I get? Having none.
0.
Oh,
Boo.
There's no refresh stuff on there. And then we trigger the chief steward, because that is the officer in this zone. And we've both got 4 cubes. So we both get 1 point per settlement in the city and 2 followers for each dice in the city.
In colours. Yeah. It's as in your
All your
colours.
colours.
Yeah.
I get 10.
You still get 5 followers for that.
And then this guy comes home.
My Thunderhorn comes home,
Your Thundercomb comes home.
and all those dice are
And
re-rolled.
dice get re-rolled.
Yeah. Thunder. Oh, I'm so in a quandary what to do.
Mhm.
Okay, right. And that was
Round
5.
6 round, 3 more to go.
So yes, it's possible, but in this case, you do the wilderness assembly first and the city assembly second. Okay, thank you. As long as that's covered in the rules, we're all good.
Huh. Okay.
This is your other option, isn't it? As a secondary action,
Yeah.
it's either ranch or perk.
Perks.
And I wanted to do a perk then.
I think I have to go downtown. I don't want to, but I think I have to. It's about what you have to do sometimes.
Mhm.
I think I will use Paul's hammer.
Right,
2 Globers.
using my hammer.
Yes. Might as well put some of your influence out of the way into a place that's already scored, right?
True.
It's quite good. All right, can I have 2 island resources? I don't want to put my Thunderhorn there. No. 2 island resources, thank you. And I'll take a shield head
2 Globers.
and 2 Globers.
A shield
I
head?
should have just given you, should have kept. I would have thought about this.
Never mind, it's all good.
Yeah, I know what my Thunderhorn in it. Right, fine. That's primary action. Secondary action is perk. So I'm starved for island resources at the minute. Right, I need to
Where are you
duck
going?
up some
Exploring.
people. Yeah. Yeah, this I could
I
trigger.
mean, you've got 2 raptors.
I could trigger a jungle
Yeah.
assembly.
The next jungle exploration
We'll
will
do
trigger.
Yeah, so I was thinking I could
Yeah.
do that. But it's not helping me other than the points. 1, 2, because I'll put one of them down, that'd be 3. And if I put a settlement in, I'll win. But it is 8 points. Maybe I do that. Okay, fine. To take a Thunderhorn is a
It's 3 rangers
or 2.
or 2 any tamed dinos.
Yeah.
One will get tired, one will get injured.
If I put him out there, I'm going to want to recall him. So let's do this one. Let's go here.
Okay.
We'll
See what I got
tire,
there.
we'll tire him and injure the raptor.
So this is capturing a thunderhead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Using tame dinos, that'll give me some sort of reward.
So 3 followers.
Yeah. Let's do that. So here's mine. And now,
You do your.
so I'm going to get 2
So
followers.
you get
for
2
cover.
followers for placing the tile,
Yeah.
and there is going to be assembly number 5.
He is comboing.
That's the plan. That is the plan. I think it's obviously going to be that one. This game pulls you in all sorts of directions. Now it's either I beat Paul. I think I have to.
Where is it you're placing?
Yeah, yeah. The trouble is the artifact's nice as well. I think I'm gonna have to go for the artifact, you know. Which means we tie.
Yeah. Because currently I've got
You got 3.
3 presents in the jungle.
Got 1, 2, 3.
You've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I think it's for the greater good.
Okay.
For the greater good.
So you're going to take the bottom ability,
Yeah.
which is you gain that artifact,
It pains me to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
and you can spend a glowberry to take a ranch tile, but don't activate anything. Just take the ranch tile.
Take a ranch tile. So I'm gonna put that in there. First, I get a dinosaur of a temple that we've explored. So I'll take a raptor, please. Thank you. Probably tame them lovely people, and then I get a ranch tile. Now
So many.
there
You
is.
want to
isn't
give
there?
up your blueberry.
Yes. Okay. I think ones that have VPs on would be good, or is that shield head, get a shield head and 2. If you have 2 more settlements in a city, you can influence the officer in the zone. I think scrapyard might be quite good. I think. Okay, and then spawn another raptor. Draw more rangers. Straight off followers. Let's go.
Clever is.
Need that.
You got so many.
No.
They do allow you the flexibility
No,
of changing
Let's go here.
dice. Okay, another influence on an officer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do that. And I'm going to captain.
Yeah.
Give me some flexibility, I think, in a bit. Yeah. Fine.
So, no adventure to resolve.
No adventure to resolve.
Your round marker moves on. You do an assembly. So it's an assembly
Of the jungle.
in the jungle. So we've worked out. You've got 3, I've got 3. So we both get 8 followers.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Curly second, you get 4.
4.
And now we get a refresh.
We did this one first. So we did the wilderness officer.
Okay.
So only me and Curly have influence here.
Yeah.
Shame I have to spend it, but kind of needed to trigger it anyway. So we get 1 for every tamed dino in the wilderness and 2 for every adventure completed or ongoing. This
So
is actually going to trigger you a lot.
Yeah, I've got 2 and then 6, so 8 total.
Nice.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
To be fair, I needed to catch up. I'm
2.
only on 33 now, so you're on 40 something and you're on 50 something.
54.
Okay. Assembly number 5 has happened.
Yeah.
And that was the jungle assembly. So the jungle is not
Yeah.
going to score again.
That's done. So we've only got hills. We've got construction.
Well, these could happen more than once.
Yes. That's true. Yeah. Of course they can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course they can. Actually, it's advantageous for you to do it if you're in that
Yeah.
position, isn't it? Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Interesting.
Right.
No. Let's just have a work out what I'm going to do.
That all happened 1 turn earlier than I wanted it to. Thanks, JP.
Oh, you're welcome, mate.
Uh,
I actually wanted to do something else, but it was just there.
Yeah.
And I thought I had to get it
I'd
on
have
that.
done the same, to be fair. So I've got 2 choices, really. I could go for those. But I kind of need to do these, which is annoying. Yeah, let's go here. I'm going to put a raptor here, which is 1 more than it needs to be, but needs must. I'm then going to fight this raptor, and to fight a raptor I need...
2 rangers
or
a thunderhorn.
which I do not have.
So one of the rangers is injured. One of them is killed. They did it.
That did it.
Deaded. There we go. Right, so there we are. That one's done. This one comes to me. Then I get my exploration, please. Thank you very much. I get 3 VPs for covering it, which does make it kind of worth it, I suppose. 3 followers, and then do these ones here. So I can either heal and gain an island resource, or I can spend a glowberry, which I haven't got very many of. To influence.
It's the
There.
chief
So,
engineer perk.
yeah, chief engineer perk.
Chief engineer perk.
Yeah,
That's it. It's the only way to get it.
yeah.
Wow.
But then
Only
that
makes
we
sense
use very
thematically.
often.
It's the engineer that's building these big things.
I've been trying to stop you from getting that perk that I know you want, and I just could not get the shield head. I needed the shield head.
Oh, no, I got the shield.
Yeah, you're fine. I'm like, I can't.
But I don't
stop it.
have the scrap, and I don't have the influence. Chief engineer doesn't like me.
Oh, you don't have an influence cube.
No.
Oh, but you could. Oh yeah, you need to find a primary action that's going to allow you to put an influence cube on there. Oh, that's tricky.
Ooh, that is interesting. I just thought I mistimed that.
Mm.
Can't go there again because the only player
That for
way
you
to
is
put one of
amazing,
those
isn't
now.
it?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
That
7,
for
8
Kirby
points.
is very good.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nothing. Carry on.
Right. So with my secondary action, so I heal with that one.
I think I
So that one
do
comes
that.
back,
Take one.
and I get
Yeah.
an island token. There.
I'm forgetting to get food when I place dice as well.
Then
So
with
no.
my secondary action,
Can you pass me a food?
my secondary action, I'm going to go ahead and take one off the chief engineer, please. And your prediction was too late, mate. I was well aware of it. Great. So I'll take it off that one. And yeah, maybe.
Spend the scrap
And
the shield head.
I knew you
couldn't see the red things in the way of the scrap. So I can't do that.
Oh no!
Oh, what a shame. I'm sure you're gutted. That one,
Well,
go back on there.
in fairness, Paul's got no adventures. So it's like
You've got
I've got one.
I'm
Yeah.
going to take it.
So yeah, it was.
Unless I
okay,
want to
I've
be
got everything
annoying, then yeah, fair enough.
now.
I think there's better things for
I
me
mean,
to do.
you usually are. So
Well, yeah.
in which case, I'm going to swap it around, and I will go ahead and do my now. How about? Is there any cost to the moving of the leader or putting the leader down?
Here,
Yeah,
two glowberries.
two.
No, only to move it. To place it.
Ah,
free.
To place it
is
is
free.
yeah.
Oh well, thankfully then I'm okay. So I'll put that one there. Placing it, removing an influence, please, Paul.
From the captain?
From the captain, thank you. Place that one over there, and that's all it does, isn't it? I just can't see the symbology from there. I think that's
Yeah,
it.
place the
Yeah,
place
Place
the
leader and do
place
the
the leader.
Do two
therefore
actions.
Do two actions. Yeah.
So I will place then one in the wilderness, which will be here,
That's 11. Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense.
and one ranch. Now, can you explain to me what the land registry is, please, JP?
Land registry. It's a place where you have to register.
Land.
Yeah, so when you buy a house,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really important thing that basically time stops.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. It's, I think, have 3 ranches
It looks
column
like
or row.
if you have 3 ranches in a column, you get that. If you've got 3 ranches in a row,
you get that. Yeah.
That's what
I
it looks
assume
like.
if you have both,
I think
You get both.
Yeah, you get both.
So I'm actually not that far off that. So I will go ahead and get that one, I think. Thank you.
Fair enough.
And in order to get a one-time bonus, I will go ahead and do this one here, which is 3 glowberries, which I do actually need at the moment.
There's
Have to
another
say
way.
resources.
Another way.
No, I think that's if you have. So
Oh, that's
spend
if you have get to.
for every settlement in a landmark you get 3.
Okay.
All right, so there's my secondary action done. Was 2 of those, wilderness and a ranch.
Adventure.
Then adventure. So I get a supply crate, which I guess should go on this one because that's my one that's a bit more powerful. And I have got wilderness 11, which was kind of the point. So I do get 2 extra glowberries
Extra stuff.
and shock horror, another ranch.
Match 12.
So
Uh-oh.
that one, I know where that one's going. Is there anything that gives me island resources? Because I seem to be desperate for that.
Yeah.
What does that one
Forgotten
say?
roads.
Well, you've got to have a settlement in the swamp. If
You
do,
activate a settlement in the swamp to
Yeah.
get its bonus and
And
then
the
gain an
island
island
resource.
resource.
That might be a good shout, actually. 'Cause
Which
I do
is-
have 2.
Which is this.
Well, and that one over there, which is another island resource.
Yeah.
So I could just gain 2.
You get 2.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will put that one there so that I've got that covered. And as Paul is rightly doing, so do you...
less
now,
than a 5.
but do I get to decide which ones go to the infirmary afterwards, or do I have to decide?
It's a good question. I
I don't
don't know. So I think,
So we will ask that question.
yeah. I mean,
If you have 2 threat dice, do you roll them both first and then assign the injuries,
or
or do you roll one, assign
assign?
the injury, roll the
I
other?
think you
Because
do
it
it
doesn't.
at the time.
It doesn't matter anyway because I've got 2, and I'll just say
No,
that.
but it's worthwhile- it's worthwhile knowing.
I think you do roll one and then assign the injury.
So,
So
one of them's
one.
injured.
And the other one's okay.
Okay.
So that one goes down there. This one comes back to me, and then this one does because the thing's completed,
And that gets you an artifact,
and that gets me an artifact,
which is a red artifact.
which is the red one here, which is that one there, which is getting another ranch. Apparently, I'm going down the ranch route.
Wow,
You
okay.
didn't realise you were.
Not
did
even,
you?
it's not even my end game goal, but that's apparently what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good though. Got a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah. So I think that is a good shot to put it on. So now that one there, is that for every one? For every I forget what that landmark you've got, gain 2 VP.
Yeah.
Or that is do it.
You spend that, and then Yeah, for every landmark, it's yours. It's 2v.
Okay, so Victor is saying you actually decide who you're rolling the injury for before you roll. Okay, thank you for
That's
that.
interesting.
So you have to decide. You have to put somebody
So that's one's
in the threat,
check.
and then you see whether they.
I think that makes sense,
Yeah,
though.
you do.
Yeah.
It does.
Just to combo it. Sorry, what? That one's the swamp one, isn't it? Does that
It's
say
a swamp bonus. So activate swamp cultivation bonus thingy. These. And then get treatment. Which
And
you
that
got
that
if you-
one means do an activate of the swamp. So
Yeah,
that
so you
one's
get to
doing
do
the
it
same
twice if you did that, right?
thing, that row.
Mm.
Do that most likely. Okay. So I will do that one on the top left, please.
That one?
No,
Or that
yeah, I just want
The
the
wild dog.
functionality of being able to do jungles as well.
Oh, because that's what any in the wilderness.
Yeah, any wilderness one. And I will just pop that one.
Okay, that's you done
then,
mate.
Now I'm going to pop that one there to activate a wilderness one as well. For free.
Okay.
And I will do, looking at it, we'll do this one to heal and gain an island resource.
Right. So I'm going here. But
Where have you gone?
that is trigger the abilities of one of these.
Activate ranch time, yeah.
Yeah, now we'll just do that. We'll do these a bit. So
More cities.
more settlements.
More
So that's
cities.
going there. I'm going to have influence with the chief engineer.
Oh, no. Let me guess what you're doing.
So this one, I don't know. Let's go.
Changes my mind.
Let's go here. I got there sewn up. I'll go here. And then I'll use that perk
You spend a shield head and scrap.
to spend a shield head
You have
and
scrap.
spend a scrap. No, it's not scrap, is it? Saving him up. I'm getting there. So I'm going to activate this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. And I am spending a supply crate
Do 2 of those.
to do 4 healing, which is all of that.
Yeah.
And the glowberry.
Mm-hmm.
And then choose the thing in the jungle, get that thing and a food. So that's
Do
2
you-
more food and another glowberry.
Correct.
That's my secondary action. I'm not on an adventure. There is no assembly. My go is done. 2 turns left.
2 turns left. I think I'm going to go for some...
I think I know what I need to do on both of my turns. I'm not sure I'm going to get there or not.
Might just have to...
It's tricky. It's tricky. What's that? That's a thunderhorn.
I've got to get that artifact. Okay. Place dino. Primary action. Tires me to send this guy out, but I think I'm going to have to.
That's your only tamed dino that's... Oh yeah, because your
I
raptors...
do have another one here.
It's not tamed though.
No. Future problem.
Future JP's issue, that is, isn't it?
It is a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Trying to think if it's worth. I definitely need an exploration tile, so I can't. Much as that is very useful.
Where's the...
I think it's 9th as well.
Oh, that's interesting, because that's unlikely to come out.
Well,
It's so far down.
in the game we played,
Yeah.
depends on the focus on the
Okay.
wilderness. So we had all of them triggered, didn't we? All the wilderness triggered, I think. Or did
Yeah, I
they?
think so. I
good
don't know
any-
about the hills.
Yeah, hills is going to need 4 explorations in the hills.
Yeah. I know when we
Okay,
did
well-
it, I did 2. But I can't remember what the other guys did.
Let's go here. Do we get the iron jaw? The iron jaw can't. Ignore the iron jaw. Let's go for him. Yeah. I'm going to go here.
So
From
what
here.
are you using to capture
Rain.
from where? Can't go from there.
Oh, God.
We're
Yeah.
not. We're not
We're
there.
not there, are we?
You can go from here. Ah, but no, you can't.
No.
No.
No,
so
you
you can't get
That's
to
fine.
16.
I can get here, though, can't I?
From here.
From here.
Here or here.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the same deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
So
Thunderhorn is 3.
Thunderhorn is 3 rangers.
Injure.
Injure, dead, tired.
Tired. Here's mine. And then I get 2 of those.
2 of those.
Have a look.
You're going to get 2 followers either way.
Wow. Okay. It's going to be that one. So that one, I'll get the 2 followers for the covering. Dunk dunk. And then I'm taking the bottom action to get the artifact. So now my leader is riding a massive iron jaw. Happy days. Happy days. And then I get to place a city, settlement, and get a follower.
Thunderhorn Farm, eh?
Thunderhorn Farm. Yeah.
3B VP for every 2 tamed ones.
Wow.
Let's go Just okay, primary action done. Secondary action. It's a lot of points if I go for that, but that's also much more fun to do.
The other flip side as well, these come out.
Oh yes, we have explored the hills.
Yeah, thank you.
I guess these are quite big, tasty, and require lots of
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm close to doing any of those.
Wow.
The other thing to note from a rules point of view is certain dino riders obviously are classed as certain dinosaur types. So if you have a Thunderhorn or higher,
Yeah.
a Thunderhorn, you may also send your dino rider into this position to activate the 3rd ability when you place a dice.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that's just something to consider.
Okay.
I think it's not higher, I think it's literally a Thunderhorn only. I'm thinking of putting down my leader and doing stuff. I think this makes sense to me because we're
So
running.
using your perk of the captain.
Oh yeah, that would be the perk of the captain to do that. So many choices. So many choices. What's the advantage?
That's take back any tamed dino, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think, you know what? No, I'm going to put that back.
No?
I will do the chief engineer. Take that cube off, spend a scrap and a shield head. Let's get in on some of this. And do a
Which one would
landmark.
you like?
I think the best one for me is the artifact.
Yeah.
Personally,
It's currently going to get you 6 points.
but
Might get
the
you
one
9.
that blocks you is the city. This one.
I mean, that gets 4 points to you.
Yeah,
Stops me getting
a lot.
11. That gets probably 9
I'm on
points
for
to you.
9.
Yeah.
Plus the others. I think let's just not be mean. And it also helped with this as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've completely ignored that.
Oh, mate, honestly.
So yeah, and that's me, I think.
Right.
Okay. Right, my one, I've got a few, bit like Paul, I think I've got a bit of an idea of what I'm going to go for now. So we'll give this one a go. Go there.
Nice.
What are you going to do to capture that Thunderhorn?
So to do the Thunderhorn, I believe when I
3
looked
ranges.
over, it was is it 3? Is it
3 you
3.
need, yeah.
That's still probably doable.
1 dies, 1 gets injured, and
Yeah.
1 gets
And
tired.
what's the other option? 2 tamed.
2
ones,
tamed
which
dinosaurs.
I don't have because they're all injured. That's fine. So 1 of everything, right?
Yeah.
So 1 gone,
Yeah, 1 gone, 1
1
injured,
there,
1 tired.
Fine. There we go. So we'll do that one there. That one gains me a
Thunderhorn.
yeah. Thank you.
And you get purple artifact, and you get 5 followers.
Purple artifact.
And we get a temple. Ba, ba, ba. So this one looks a little weird.
It's a big eye.
It's got a big glowing eye on it.
There we go.
Yeah.
You discovered the Thunderhorn Temple.
Now, Victor did say in the chat earlier on that these miniatures do come painted.
Nice.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
That's good.
We are using here, although it's a prototype, this is what they look like. So
Yeah.
these temples are going to come like this.
Nice.
Brilliant. So for my secondary action, I'm going to take one off the captain police pool, pay 2 glowberries
To move
my leader, and he is going to go over to military, please. I'm going to tame 3 dinos, 2 of which will be my lovely new Thunderhorns for free because I've just gotten the temple.
That's good.
That is quite tasty. And the other one of which...
You can take anything for free except for Iron Jaws.
Yeah, I was going to say I could do an Iron Jaw, but that feels maybe like I'd be pushing my luck. So it takes a scrap anyway, so I haven't got a scrap, so there's that option out the window. So I will go for a Raptor, in which case I'll sort out the saddles in a moment. And this is the key point, is that I'm now going to do an adventure which required me to have a Thunderhorn. So, and I could have that one as well.
One more go left.
So this is here,
that's interesting. So I could do that one as well with the Raptor. Now, just to get some clarification off this one, is that just any dino?
That's get a dino.
Gain a dino of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the temple, it'll be a gain a dino of the unlocked temples. Yeah.
I think
It's
it'd take the
just dino.
pressure off doing that one, actually. The one on the bottom, that's quite tempting, but I don't have 2 raptors, but I could get 2 raptors. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this one, which is the one I planned on, so we'll just stick with that.
Alien Legacy.
Battle Morgana, apparently. So that one would now go there, and it does overhang. We did double check that.
Yeah.
So in order to do that one, I do need a Thunder Horn.
Whose is this?
That's what I spent.
And there's a possibility that 3 might die, but it would be very unlucky. So I'm going to chance it a little bit, I think. Just put in the 3. Because I don't know what I'm going to need coming up. So we'll go ahead with that one. And that is my secondary action done. So now it's just resolving this one here, which is put 1 in wilderness and gain an influence, I guess, on the wilderness guy, on the chief of security. Or is that just any?
No, you put a settlement on wilderness and then gain an influence on officer.
Okay.
So it can be any. If it said wilderness underneath, which this one did, then that stipulates this guy, but you can do any.
Okay, I'll put that one there.
Yeah. Okay, I know what I need to do as my last action. That's fine.
So that one there, and then influence an officer of any kind then.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go ahead and put 1 on the captain police pool.
Capitan.
And that's that.
And no assembly. So I've got 2 turns left. If I want to trigger another assembly here, I've got to place both of my dice here. Which means I'm not going exploring.
Unless you want to put a cube on there first, doing something.
Well, this does not allow me to put cubes on there.
No, because it has to be on a city. Interesting.
Yeah, so that is
to be
the
on the
thing, yeah. No one's going to help you unless they really need that.
I mean, keeping in mind the ranch quite often does influence cubes, so you could, as your secondary action, do the ranch, which would put influence cubes.
Which would be 1 cube.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want this, I'm going to need...
Scrap.
I've got the cube on there. I need a scrap.
Mm-hmm.
So your options are either downtown,
Downtown to get the scrap. I can't see
or
any other way.
or you're getting a tile
Okay.
that you can activate.
Which I could activate.
Yeah, which means you'll need workyard if you wanted to do that, or find another way of getting a ranch tile.
The workyard is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's placing a ranch tile. It's not activating.
No, you'd have to do a secondary action of ranch, wouldn't you, to activate?
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
To get
So
it.
place it, and I could potentially do that.
Because you could also influence an officer on the cover and place it.
Yeah. I mean, I've already got the influence. there, but,
yeah. I don't know. It's up to you.
but I've got
Oh, that should be exciting.
2 artifacts on here. And in order for me to get those 2 artifacts, I need to be exploring twice. I think this personal goal, I I might just ignore that.
It's optional, isn't it? It is. Yeah, it's not mandatory. Probably should pay more attention to it. But it is tricky. It is tricky.
It is. Because I had a whole plan of what I was going to do up there with all of this stuff. But actually, this stuff doesn't help me at all. So instead, we are... But triggering this is worth so many points to me. Is this going to trigger? Are these going to score at the end of the game?
If your personal shared goal on your goal card.
Someone's
said
shared goal.
Wow.
We've got 3 of the 5 offices,
Yeah.
so that may or may not be there.
But if this scores for me, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 14.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
So I really want to get this scored, but the problem is... Okay, I do have 3 settlements left. I am kind of running out of settlements.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's put it down and score it for a food. So that kind of works. Yeah, okay, let's do it. So it's going to be a book. It's going to go in there. And so I can activate any one of these.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing the bottom one, which is spend a food to put...
Something and influence an officer.
Yeah. Why did I want to do one of these? I can't remember now.
To influence, I believe.
But this has got to be in the city. Yeah, it's got to be in the city, and it's putting an influence on that one.
Yeah, you was thinking about your ranch to potentially...
I was.
Do that, yeah.
But if these are not going to score unless... Yeah, so me putting these on is not actually getting that much.
It's only fueling this if you get it. That's all it's doing.
So let's put that down and get one of those on there. So I've done that one.
Yeah.
Now the question is, do I want a
Want another
free
one?
city, sorry, a free settlement somewhere, or do I want to activate one of my ranch tiles?
Or 2 wilderness ones.
I've only got 1 wilderness one,
Okay,
which is more stuff that I
And your
don't
ranch
need.
tile will activate the bonus of the
That would
thing
be
anyway.
better than
It's a better
I
return.
don't think I need any of these.
No.
So I think I'm just putting this down, but
Yeah, you've pretty much got the city covered,
it's
isn't it?
literally another point is
Yeah.
what it is. So that's my
That is
primary
impressive.
action.
It's gone hard on that strategy, for sure.
My
For
secondary action is spending the influence off the captain to place my leader here.
Yeah.
And the first thing I'm going to do is get one of those. Do I want another one? There's no point having another one. Oh no, there is, because then I could spend it to do that. If that's going to get anything.
I think supply cubes do count towards VPs at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I could be
with
wrong.
that.
Yeah.
It says on here.
So I will
No,
get...
they don't.
Oh, they don't.
Okay, well, I will get a second one. And then what I will do is I will spend one of those scrap to get 2 supply cubes. I'll put one on there. And one on there. And get a raptor. Could I have a raptor, please?
Certainly can.
Cool. So I did my primary action, which was to place a dice here. I did that. No, I did that and that. Then I did my secondary action, remove an influence from the captain, to place my leader, to do that and that. I'm not on an adventure. There's no assembly scoring. We are on the last round of the game.
There we are.
Can I have 4 more turns, please? It is about achieving the most that you can in 8 turns.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of other games I've played recently, if I played this again now, I'd have...
You've got to focus.
Yeah.
I've kind of flipped it around and
You're doing all right, though.
I kept
Consider
looking at this card and...
you're set up for... You've dominated the city. you've made it really
Really
difficult for us to think about it. You know.
But none of it's getting anything.
No, but it's getting the assemblies triggered, isn't it? That is the key.
Because I have to go here
You have to. Yeah.
on my next turn
Yep.
to trigger that assembly to get the points from this.
Yes. I think that's probably made my mind up what I need to do. So, right, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's going to make any difference. So I will place a settlement in the wilderness. I will
So place a settlement in the wilderness. Don't get the bonus, but it doesn't cost anything. And then island resource.
think I might do. Makes sense, yeah. Spend
If
the
you
island
want
resource. I do.
Okay.
Do I?
So yeah.
Do
You get a ranch tile either
No,
way.
I don't think I do. No, I don't.
Okay.
I keep that in case I need it.
Just get a ranch tile.
What's going to be useful for me? If you have 5 ranch tiles, I do not. That's not good. Could be useful. 2 VPs. Yeah. Or I can tame 2 dinosaurs. Might give me options for later. And this is my last turn of the game, isn't it?
This is your last
So
turn.
don't worry about it. VPs then.
So is that for each one?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Crate-tastic.
Great. This one. Don't care. I can just go for it. Now, let's do that. And I think I will then do supply.
Yeah. Are you spending both crates?
I am.
So 2 influence.
2 followers for that, and then 2 influence.
There's 4 followers.
Oh yeah,
You got 2.
I forgot about that. Thank you.
And then where you putting the influence?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Only costs me about 7 points.
Not having it.
Bit rude.
Adventures, assembly,
No.
reveal personal goal.
Oh yeah, personal goal.
So let's have a look.
There's a reason that's why I did this. So
Do you have those 3 artifacts?
I do.
Right, 8 followers.
8 points.
And now what we do is so if you've got the majority in downtown,
I don't.
if you've got the majority in the jungle,
Settlements. I do. Because I'm joint with you.
okay,
1-1
that's 4.
points.
And do you have the majority
That's fine.
in the hills?
I've got quite a lot in jungles. Is that
Oh, you got no? I don't.
Yeah.
Then you're absolutely these sneaky ones down the back.
sneaky?
What about hills?
I got we share on hills, so yes. So I'll keep the 4 for those. That's fine.
So
So I've scored hills because we have tie,
okay.
and I'm assuming
It's jungle
tie.
and hills.
Yeah, jungle I don't get because Curdy's got
Yeah.
2 here,
Yeah.
and I
And
don't
the shared
get
goal is
score steward.
Chief Steward.
Yeah,
So we score it or you score it?
we all score it.
We all score the Chief Steward
Yeah,
now.
because it's a shared goal.
Right. Okay.
That's why I was.
It's interesting because you're the first player. So that's a benefit.
But you know when you're going to trigger
Okay.
your
Yeah.
shared goal, so it's
So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
no, it's just the officer assembly. So it's just the officer bit. So it's
Yeah, but
just
you
that.
still get
Yes.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
cities, settlements, isn't it?
dice.
6.
6.
So you get 6,
7, 8.
6 followers.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Halved.
8.
I get 8.
Still alright.
You've done more to Paul than you have to.
That would have been
That's like
16
yeah,
points,
yeah.
which is insane.
I've just nerfed you a little bit.
Okay, and then that's it. That's that goal
That's
gone.
mine done. Yeah.
Finished. And
Done.
that means that has been scored. That won't be scored again.
Not unless you trigger the assembly, because that's a different
But if
method.
I do,
Then we'll score it again.
yeah, but you'll get another.
I'll get another
What was it
6.
you got?
6.
Oh, and I got 8. Okay.
So
Not
it's
too
still,
bad.
still not the end of the
Not too
world,
bad.
is it?
All done.
Yes, you'll go. Your last turn.
So I think I've worked out the most efficient thing to do, although it's not.
Is it concede?
Yeah, possibly. For the amount of points I am behind, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, but it means nothing yet. Oh, hello.
So I'm
Oh,
going to
we're having
go
an
that
event
over
there.
there.
That is a shock.
Yeah.
That
So,
is a shock.
Is it an
mate.
actual shot?
No, honestly.
No, okay, fine. So I'm going to go over there.
Okay.
Well, it's an actual shot. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. More points for us.
So I'm going to put Wilderness Point over Wilderness Place, and it doesn't really matter. Is there anywhere open in the hills? There isn't really.
No, you only got one tile, mate. So
No, it's just one tile out, so it doesn't really matter.
honestly, didn't think you'd do that. I thought that's not going to get scored.
So yeah,
There'll be a reason.
There'll be reasoning.
Of course.
So that one there, and then I will do the next one, which is a ranch tile.
Ranch tile
No.
for free.
I'm not really that bothered, to be honest, because I don't think
You're going to use it.
I might do actually. There's a small chance. What have I got? Is that tamed dinos 1 VP each? Yeah,
In the wilderness, yeah.
yeah. Might as well.
Yeah.
I got a few of those. Yeah, I'm not too worried. Oh, I get 3 VPs for playing it out though. There we go for covering. So that's bonus.
Okay. Primary action done.
So that's my primary action.
Secondary action.
My secondary action, do that, is to take the perk off captain, please. Move my leader with 2 glowberries. And he's going to hop over to there, where I am now going to activate the city twice.
Yeah. Spending a food.
So spending a food,
So putting 2 settlements on.
and one of which gains a perk, which is a key point because they're full. Okay, my whole plan goes out the window.
It's because Paul's got greedy and
Oh,
has too many
Paul,
tents.
Nom nom
what
nom.
have you done to me?
Nom 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 nom.
So that does put a canker in it because I can't. Is there any other way to influence from there?
Supply. I know you've covered them all up, haven't you?
Now if you guys don't mind, I'll just pop that over into someone and then I can do it.
VPs back then.
Yeah, I'll take my 3 VP.
followers
Yeah,
and get
that's
a cube
fine.
instead.
Yeah. So gain a cube instead, and that does exactly what I wanted to do because I
EVP.
want to be that one there.
Would he be there then?
He was there.
Because you want to move them and put your captain influence back then.
Oh, do you still want
I still want to do the
Still
same
want to
thing.
do it. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I still
you're
wanna
doing
do-
it off the action.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
So instead, I'm going to do the activate a ranch action,
Yeah.
and then just lay down 1 in the city. That means, which is fine. And I will go ahead and put that one there then. And
I mean, if you had the food,
yes, I paid the food already.
then you could add an influence.
Yeah, which is what I will do. So I've already paid the food anyway.
Put it back on the captain.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, I
Depends
do.
what your personal goal is.
Yeah, I want to do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you scoring captain? by
Maybe.
any chance?
Okay, and you're
Maybe.
activating a ranch tile?
So my ranch tile was to do the influence, which is what I needed to even that one up.
Oh, okay. Right, you had to leave it open in order
use
to
it.
be able to do that.
Activate that one. Now it does say, do I also get to gain a? No, that's the second
or.
right.
That was that.
Fine.
Yeah.
So that is
Primary.
Everything.
Secondary.
then this happens.
Yeah.
So I complete that one there. I'll do the deaths in a minute. I gain a food, and I gain 2 of these, 2
All your
crates
crates back.
for no real reason.
It's going to be worth points if the chief engineer
Oh,
scores.
of course, yeah. And then I'll do my death. So, okay, so you do this then. So that one, 3+, he is gone. And that one is also gone.
Both injured?
So both injured. So I will have that one surrender and this one go to the infirmary.
Okay.
And then I gain any dinosaur and 2 VP. So I will take, I guess, an iron.
Because you're on 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on 15. So yeah, any dino. So I guess I'll take an iron jaw. I don't really know. They don't really score, do they? But
No, on their own they didn't do anything.
might as well take one. 2 VP
And a completed adventure.
and a completed adventure.
Just gives you nothing.
So this one comes back there.
Other than
That one goes over there.
Nice. 4 adventures completed.
There we go.
max that out, haven't you?
And now
Assembly.
we do the assembly,
Okay.
which is the point. Because I want
Because
that one.
you want the officer
So
score.
presents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 presents.
Yeah.
You get 9
Nine.
followers.
Thank you.
I have 3. So I get 4.
Unfortunately, that was the sacrifice.
Yeah. And then this scores.
Yeah.
It's
So
good for you.
me and you both get 1 point per crate. And for every 2 ranch tiles, 3 points.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get that times 3, so 9,
I get 2.
15. Which is the point.
Yeah.
And then you get that halved.
Okay. I get no supply crates and what is it? 3 points. For every 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that half rounded down, so I get 1.
Hey.
And obviously the assembly's now done, but now I do my endgame scoring.
And the game scoring.
So this.
Oh yeah, that's gone.
So it refreshes the adventure offer.
Oh, the adventure offer.
So one of the.
It doesn't matter because game's over and I'm not going to take it.
If you're not going to take anything, don't worry.
So my personal goal was 5 tamed dinosaurs of any kind, which I've got.
10 points.
Have the most in downtown and friendlies count, which is why I needed to do that. So there's another 4.
Is it just the most settlements, isn't it?
Yeah.
Most settlements.
Yeah.
Then we've got
Landmarks.
swamp, which I think I've got 1, 2. So that's another 4. And jungles, which I also think I've got,
Yeah, you've done. Yeah.
which is another 4.
Right, of course.
And the shared goal will be the captain, unsurprisingly.
So you
That
get
is-
1 point for every tamed raptor,
Yeah.
1 point for every 2 tamed shield heads.
Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3. Now it counts the ones on the board as well. So 4. So that's 2 VP from that one. 3, 4, 5.
Okay. 1 point for every tamed thunder head, thunder
2, isn't it?
Four.
5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
9.
9,
Nice.
10, 11.
Wow.
So from the ashes, he reborn.
And you get that halved.
Wow. Okay. So I've got 1, 2,
My whole game was based
3,
on that end game
4,
scoring, basically. So
5,
I've not done very well.
6.
That's worth 2.
Oh God! Right. Let me do this again. So
Raptors are worth 1. Thunderhorns are worth 2.
2, 3, 4 because of
4,
2,
5,
5,
6.
6,
Halved.
3.
3. My last turn.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wow!
So we've worked out I need to go here to score this to get the most for this. It is probably the best
You
thing
got
for me
me.
to do, except I'm not actually going to get much else from it. And I'm going to have to use somebody else's dice. But that's fine.
I think probably won anyway, so it's just about whether we're second or third.
I think I might. I think you've got me because you've got more artifacts.
Okay, so I don't know which 2 of these I'm going to use because I've only got 1 settlement left and I need that settlement for that.
To get that
So,
theatre. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm literally just doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I could use this.
You want some
Let's have a look at this.
resources
Again.
are worth followers, Paul, at the end. So
I'm going to put a cube on there.
whatever's going to give you more
So I'm
resources,
going to do that. Put a cube on there.
or do that. Yeah.
It's still very. It's still rubbish.
Do you need to though?
Oh.
Because we've already scored.
No, because I'm getting. Have we already scored?
Well,
that?
you know what your shared goal is. So
It's that.
okay, well, then you probably want to do it then.
But I'm not
I'd prefer
actually
if you
getting very
didn't.
much.
Oh no! You
Prefer if I didn't?
Yeah, but you're going to want to spend one off there, aren't you? And that
Yeah,
means
and
you're
that-
going to
that's
give
what I
him
mean.
15 followers again. That's naughty.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. That is
It is what it
that
is.
is going to score at the end.
Yeah, it's just whether you spend it or not.
To be
Well, I've got to
fair,
spend it to go here to get 1 million points.
No, that's it then.
Yeah.
That's done. Naughty.
Wow.
I would say unlucky, JP, but that would imply that it was a bad thing.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, I know. There's not much else I can do. I'm literally going here, and the primary action is I place a cube on there.
No, I think
I'm
think you've
getting
great.
half regardless. So
That seems
Still, yeah.
really inefficient.
It is what it is.
But yeah. So secondary action is I'm going to spend that cube. I'm going to spend a scrap. I'm going to spend a shield head
Mm-hmm.
to put that there.
I've always liked you, Paul.
Right. No adventures because adventure is for losers.
Injured dinos don't count.
Oh, injured dinos don't count.
Dunk.
Oh, there
What's
we
the
go.
point for that?
But what
Thank you.
bit? That bit over there?
The tame dino scoring.
Same dino. So
Good to know. Thank you very much.
I lose 1.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That.
1.5.
1.5. I don't
you
think I
can't
had.
put that on.
No, I don't
Okay.
think I. No, wait there. Let me double check.
There's one on the board.
It might not matter.
There's
So,
only one on the board.
We have an assembly here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I get 10?
You get 5.
You get 5. Right, is that assembly? Oh no, and we score this.
Yeah.
So you get
Another 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I reckon you beat me anyway because you've got that one there to come, haven't you?
Which one?
Your artifacts.
I get another 8.
I was a bit there, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I generally don't know.
That's 6.
I think I've done better than my game on Thursday.
Right. So that was the assembly done, which was that and that. And now, do I have those 2 artifacts? No. Do I have the most in the expansion zone? Yes, I do.
I think you got most of them, haven't you?
Probably beat.
Do I have the most in swamp? No. Do I have the most in hills? No. And then the chief engineer scores.
15 for you.
And 2 for me. I had a good middle of the game.
I don't think we're that far away though. Not really.
Okay. End of game scoring.
We've done our goal
We have
resolution.
done our goal
So
resolution.
final scoring is score landmark end game conditions.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So,
And I should have had another. Can I have another food, please? It's
Another
because I get a food for placing dice, and I didn't.
there you go.
So you get 6.
Yeah, I only got 5 artifacts, unfortunately. So
Yeah,
it's
6
for that.
for that one.
And that's me.
And then,
Are we all done? Yeah. Score for artifacts.
oh, you did mention that.
Yeah, so for every different artifact that you have, you get.
1.
So you get 1, you get 2 followers. I have got 5.
No, you've got to have 3.
Oh, you do.
You've got to have 3.
So you don't get anything.
No.
So for 5, I get 9.
Yes.
You get
6.
14. 1, 2,
118.
117.
I always think 120 is a good score in the other 2 episodes.
And then score over leftover resources.
So what do we
I
get?
think you might have picked me in, mate.
Well, what
So-
do we score on?
The general scrap, iron resources, and food are 1-1. Glowberries are 2-1, and rangers are 2-1.
So 5.
Glowberries are 2-1. So
Yeah.
I need 2 glowberries for a point.
Yeah.
And soldiers?
I assume
6-1.
soldiers injured don't
Oh, sorry,
count for this
rangers.
as well.
No,
right?
they don't. What about dinos and stuff?
Nothing.
Unless you had.
A scoring goal that
Oh,
he
right,
did. He had
okay.
an end game for tame dinos. That was it.
Interesting.
2, 3,
That is interesting. I would have thought, considering
1.
Rangers' leftover score,
Yeah.
I would have thought tame dinosaurs. There's obviously a reason why. 104.
He's beat me by 1.
Oh,
That's all that matters.
125, 126,
126.
How?
104.
I think that little get food on placing dice just peed me over the edge.
So the thing is, in episodes 1 and 2, at the end of the game, all of the officers score.
Yeah.
Part of the assembly.
Yeah.
Do they?
As part of the assembly.
Oh, because there's a third. So in episodes 1 and 2, there are 3 assemblies, and in every assembly,
All
every
the-
officer's score.
Every
all
officer
officers.
scores.
Yeah.
In this game, the officers only score
If you trigger.
if there is an assembly triggered,
Yeah.
which for the one that's here is likely to be twice,
Yeah.
maybe
Yes.
3 times, but
If
is
you push it.
almost certainly going to be twice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For here, might be once or twice. This one certainly did more because I
Yeah.
was hammering it. But also, you've got these, and these effectively decide which of these scores. So what got you all of those points at the end is because I had that.
You happen to have been the majority on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that I had that.
No, I went there to get the majority on that. Just
And unfortunately,
that.
nobody had. Oh no, you had this,
I had that one.
which
That's
is why
I
you
did
put
that.
those on. If you hadn't put those on,
You would have picked me.
would I have even won?
I think you would because
Probably.
Because instead of getting, I would have had an
I'll
extra
be
16 points.
I'll be 12 down because I scored twice. So because you trigger the assembly and then I triggered it on the end game goal. So that
Yeah.
was, for me that's 12 points difference.
I'd
You
have
would got
120. You'd have won.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got to
Yeah,
kind of
you-
be in a bit of everywhere, don't
You
you?
putting those on there, and you got those on there because you did a double crate on there.
Yeah.
Because I underestimated these. cubes on here for the scoring at the start of the game, in the first sort of third of the game, was like, yeah, a couple of points. But suddenly at the end of the game, it's like, oh, wait a minute, because this was actually going to be worth, well, actually not that much, but yeah, it was, all of these things get more and more as the game goes on. Except for that one, I didn't really do much of that.
No.
And that one, I didn't really do much of that.
With a 4-player as well, 4 out of 5 of them are going to score.
Yes.
So you've got to assume that yours are going to score, and then unlucky if it doesn't, I guess.
Yeah.
And there we are.
So we're not going to give any opinions of the game because this is a sponsored video. First of all, I hope that you've enjoyed watching it, but more importantly, I hope this has helped you make a decision about whether episode 3 is for you. I will be honest with you though, I was surprised at how different this was. I was expecting the same core idea, 3 assemblies, votes, drafting dice, and everything else. And I don't know if that was their original intention for episode 3, and then they decided to change it up. But this felt... It's weird, because it's clearly Perseverance, but it felt like a completely different game.
Yeah.
Even though it's got the DNA of the original in that you're taking dice, putting them on here. And maybe it's because I haven't played episode 1 and 2 for a while, but it just felt more different than the others for a number of reasons.
I think because you've got this whole place dino worker placement section of the board now.
It's a completely new mechanism, really.
It's a new mechanism that does a lot of different things. And actually, the placing dice, there's only really 4 locations to go.
It's less about
There's less about the city, but it's still, as we found out from yourself, it's still an important part. Yeah. Because if you leave it alone, which I think in our game that we played, I don't think any of us were really dominating the bottom. We were all going after the nuke.
Just imagine all your blue ones were gone. That would be about what we had the entire game.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And most of this was explored. We had the temples out.
These were
let's take the last temple out.
The Iron Jaw temple.
This is the last Iron Jaw temple.
Yeah. Although we didn't unlock that last game either, so I don't know whether that's intentionally very difficult. But yeah, I think probably what you're talking about, Paul, is possibly we just underestimate the difference between where they created 1 and 2 at the same time, even though they're intentionally different, and now they're bringing out 3 and 4 quite a long time later, and they wanted to go in with a different strategy.
I mean, it's interesting because, this whole thing was different, but ultimately you have a table where you look at what you're fighting and what you need. Well, that's sort of similar to episode 2, in that you have to look at it's a lot more detailed.
Yeah, episode 2 is more about, you knew a light would do 1 hit and a heavy would do 2, and if you're fighting a raptor, you'd have to sustain damage back. And
when you said to me before we started, when we were eating pizza downstairs, you said, "Oh, this is a lot less combat related," and I thought, well, combat was actually a big part of 1, huge part of 1.
Part of 1,
It was a part of 2 in the fact that you had to go out there and you had to fight them and you had to. And you're right, it didn't seem as big a part of this, although you were losing the death toll over your side.
That was quite significant.
I lost Frank, and I think that was about it. Yeah. But that's because your hospital beds were full.
Yeah,
there's a lesson there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were sending people on adventures. People were dying all the time, getting injured and everything. I didn't.
But I had quite a good engine to get them back, you see. So it's just a matter of making sure you've got enough, and it's fine.
And 8 turns is not enough to be able to do everything. So I really didn't do the ranch much.
Really.
You didn't really do it. You did it a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't do any adventures. You did 4. I did a lot of the city. You didn't. Yeah, you did a bit. So there is definitely room to have different strategies in the game and do and try different things. Do you go for the artifacts? Do you go down the city? Do you go for here?
Yeah, that's important. Like, you're going for artifacts, you're foregoing presence in wilderness. Because 3 of them, you have to take this bottom action on the tile, which means you're not putting settlements out.
Ideally, you want to do 2 explores in each of the regions.
Yeah,
one
for the artifact.
1 to get the artifact and 1 to get the presence, because that presence, when the assembly scoring comes out, might get you something. No, it will. Because if you've explored twice, you've got 2 presents. 2 presents is probably enough.
Yeah.
You probably don't need the settlement for the presents.
There's not as much presence out here on the board as there were in number 2, that's for sure. So you don't need as much to control those areas.
With the outposts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you got all sorts of different things doing it in the previous one.
Yeah.
Although, of course, you do have the dinos, which is slightly,
Yeah, adds a little flavour in, but this triggered so fast, the swamp, didn't it?
The swamp triggered fast, and I'm interested about that because it did seem unusual that we had a first assembly after the 3 explorations in the swamp, which happened very quickly. Whereas the other assembly, and I assume that is by design, they wanted the first assembly from the swamp to happen quickly.
Yeah.
But I think if you go away from this, then you need to be aware that, that first assembly is likely to be from the swamp, and it's likely to trigger
But it's what,
in the first or second turn of the game.
3 followers? So it's kind of like
The first assembly is not much.
you don't need to worry
Whereas
about it so much. Yeah.
the assembly in here requires 3 people to have placed dice in the same zone.
Yeah.
So we had our first assembly very quickly, and then the second one wasn't for a while.
Yeah.
But then we got
It's
number
like
2,
bang,
number
bang,
3,
yeah.
and then
Number
after
was
that
very
it
quick.
seemed quite nicely paced out.
Yeah. But it was interesting to see that your strategy was perfectly viable. Because, I know today you finished a little bit behind, but actually, if that had just been slightly different, you'd have scored the same, if not more.
If I'm not frozen you out of that, I think, that's...
Yeah, I probably, if I'd have thought about it more, I could have done something to get me a couple of cubes in here, and that would have effectively got me an extra 16 points.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because you triggered this on your turn,
Yeah.
I was effectively a turn behind you.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the opportunity to trigger that.
I think that's just a little bit of bad luck where your endgame scoring, JP's endgame scoring, happened to be the one thing that you had.
The one thing that I was doing.
Yeah.
But to be fair, my shared goal. See, this is one of the things with games that give you these personal goals. You've got to play to this, because I didn't play to that, and I should have done. Now that I understand the game, there was a lot for me to take in at the start, but I should have thought, right, at the end of the game, this is going to score. That's that. This is going to score 4 crates and that, and I didn't really do it.
No.
So that was my undoing. I hadn't quite realised what that meant. But because I got that personal goal, does that mean that I am forced into doing that particular strategy?
Can you ignore it? Yeah.
I almost ignored it. I got 2 points from it at the end of the game.
I think
what
if you
I should
want
have
them,
done is I should have done it more.
I think you need to keep an eye on who's benefiting from, like the example we have with Curly. He's getting 15 points off that trigger, which he did twice in the end.
Yeah.
Which was a great, great for
well, it
you.
brought me up.
Yeah.
But if you knew that actually that was your shared goal, it's not really benefiting any of us because we've not gone down that route. Maybe you don't need to worry about it because you're not going to benefit.
So
So
the fact that you did meant, because of my card, you're going to get another 50 points.
I knew you were pushing this, and I thought if you end up winning majority on that, you're going to get so many points. I thought I had to kind of.
Yeah, I didn't think you might have had that card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. Really, really, as you say, because in episode 1 and 2 they all score.
Yeah.
So you don't have that dynamic. Whereas now, you've got this.
When's it happening? What's
Somebody else is going to get loads of points for the thing that I'm going to trigger.
Yeah.
But we don't share opinions on the games. But in general, this is why I like Mind Clashes, because actually, your first game, you're never going to get all those different levels. It's just going to be next game. You might think, I remember from last game that it was important to not only keep an eye on how many influence cubes you've got, but actually making sure you score a decent amount from them.
Yep. Well, if I didn't have things planned this evening, and you two didn't have family to get back to, I would be suggesting that we just
rewrite.
We just wipe it and go again, because it's hard not to give an opinion. I'll tell you what, we'll stop the video and then we'll go downstairs and we'll all talk about it. I hope, as I say, this has helped you make a decision. Thank you very much to everybody who has been watching us live and helping us spot things. I think we got most of the things right. I think there was maybe a couple of resources we forgot to take here and there, and
Not refresh that we forgot to do.
finding out that things in the infirmary don't count at the end of the game. But big thank you to you. And thank you to everybody who's been watching this back afterwards. And that's everything. Thank you very much to you two for joining me. Thank you again to Mind Clash for sponsoring the video. And if you like the content that I create and you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. And for those of you that are watching this that are attending GridCon, which is happening in less than 2 weeks' time, this will be there. If you want to play Perseverance Episode 3 at GridCon, JP's going to be running a demo of it, but you are welcome to borrow it. It will be in the special under-the-table games library, because I don't want anybody walking off with it. But yeah, if you are attending GridCon and you wanted to try it out, you can do so. We'll get a copy of the rulebook printed out so that it's in there. Right, we're all done. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.
Take care. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye now.